恭喜小 hero， 谁还记得？
谢谢，恭喜战士4比3，飞龙在天。哎，算了，恭喜他夺冠吧。
一把，我靠！
打不过啊，他最后这手感染虫太凶了。最近半年 ，ZVP 56-3给自己点一个赞。冠军。
I don't think Serral has any chance to save this one, but he continues. It gets killed coming back, and Bunny just doesn't seem to have the numbers in.
没了个这。
Didn't even notice the Liberator in the main base, I think. So many probes are going down right now.
Oh my god, they're trying to get back, but they can't, and so many are picked up. A big clump here from Kiri. Tries to split everything up.
Giant force of Bailings rolling in and clearing the hell. That's massive. Clump!
Mario is once again. Reynor has done it.
Serral did it all, and he is a well-deserving champion.
And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our third broadcast of the day. Welcome to the Max Coliseum 8 playoffs, day number 4. I'm of course Showside VIP. With me, I'm joined by these players, by my plushies, by the people in the chat as well. Welcome one and all. We just wrapped up earlier with the OSC Season 12 Championship day number 1, and we just also wrapped up with the podcast. Now we are here for some Masters Coliseum action. Here we go. As you can see before you, we have the brackets. We have 2 amazing best of 5s ahead of us. We have a ZVP between herO and Reynor, and a PVZ between MaxPax and Serral. Mate. Literally the best PVZs in the world. herO, Reynor, MaxPax, Serral. You do not get better than these 2 Zergs and these 2 Protoss players, and they're facing off here and now in Masters Coliseum. Let's go. Let us go. The best of the best are facing off here before you, and we're going to be covering both of them here tonight, one after the other. I feel spoiled, Pappy. I feel, oh my god. you do not get better than this. We spoke about it during the podcast. Dark is not here, of course, but Dark, he is not competing in Mass Coliseum. The, of course, military service is looming on the horizon, and Dark has that to be more concerned with. But here we have the history between both herO and Reynor. In recent times, heavily in favor of herO. herO, he is Reynor's kryptonite, but for good reason. herO has the best PVZ in the world. I would say that. We'll stand by that he has the best PVZ. It was only last week that herO took down Serral. herO's been taking down Dark on a regular basis, and of course herO has a winning record against Reynor as well. herO is the favorite player. Can Reynor cause an upset? Can Reynor bring herO down? I want to believe he can. I want to believe we can get a back and forth series here. I want to believe it's not going to be 3-0. We can get a game 4, a game 5, an ace match. That is all I want out of this series. That's all I want, Pappy. That's all I want. Let's go. Let us go. Shout out to all those in the chat. Shout out to Aistan, Bekoeta, Thriving GG. Welcome one and all. Hope you've all been having a great day and continue to have a great day of StarCraft as well. Again, we have a very intense month here. 2-3 cuts a day, every single day. That's how we do here on the CranKy Ducklings, and that's how we will continue to do here for the rest of January. For at least the rest of January, most likely coming to February as well. There's a lot of content, there's a lot of casting, a lot of StarCraft. Let's go. Let us go. Oh. Un momento as I try to fix some things up here. But we are just getting our players ready, of course, getting their cameras ready, getting the vetoes sorted before jumping into our fresh best of 5. Whew, and I'm most excited about seeing the veto process, seeing the vetoes. What do we see? What do we not see, especially in a longer series, in a longer format? I mean, it's going to be a little more up in the air here. Sorry, just updating the title on YouTube. All good. Title is updated. And here we go. And yeah, when it comes to these 2 players, I'm excited to see how Reynor has been preparing. Again, coming into this because of herO's record, because of his history between himself and Reynor, the pressure is on. The pressure is on Reynor, especially here during the off-season. We have seen less of Reynor. Reynor, he had I would say he underperformed in Home Story Cup. You know, Home Story Cup, Reynor, I'm sure he wanted to have a bit of a better showing here, especially in the group stage. For those that are curious, for those who do not remember, Home Story Cup was in the beginning of December, and Reynor did not make it out of the group stage. He did not make it to the playoffs. Now, at the time, Reynor, he was saying that he was feeling out of form. He was definitely not feeling at 100%. I do give him 100% the benefit of the doubt there. I do agree with him that we just weren't really seeing the Reynor that we used to seeing at Home Story Cup. Since then, it's been a month. It's been a month since Home Story Cup. We've had Reynor on that grind. He's been looking strong so far in Masters Coliseum, so I want to believe he can take it here to hero. I want to believe, Pappy. I want to believe. Beautiful. But it looks like we might have an extended break. What I'm referring to here is that usually we just jump right in, but I know that cameras are required for our players, so it's possible that, you know, they're putting on their pants, they're putting on their shirts, you know, they're making sure that the room isn't looking too disheveled and everything is looking prim and proper as we get into our first matchup. As I'm assuming we have our players. Oh. Here we go. Yeah. So we're going to be going in a very short break. When we come back, we will have herO and Reynor. Don't go anywhere. Come.
웨이보 게이밍 소속 프로토스 히어로입니다. 새로운 패치에 대한 느낌은 일단 신선하고 재밌다고 느꼈고 지금은 적응은 완벽하게 된 것 같습니다. 그리고 그룹 단계에서 저를 평가해 보자면 어려운 조라고 생각했지만 그래도 좋은 성적으로 이렇게 조 1위로 올라갈 수 있어서 첫 출발이 좋았다 생각하고요.
He was asked about WTL.
요새 클랜과 레이너 선수의 프로토스 플레이하는 걸
He's being asked about Clem and Reynor's off race.
아무래도 그 선수들이 젊고 피지컬이 좋다 보니까 프로토스를 임할 때도
They look strong when playing
좋은
Protoss.
실력을 보여주는 것 같습니다.
That's all he said. Okay, that English interview.
Hello guys, Reynor here. Today I'm answering some questions for the Chinese community. First question is, how do I feel about the patch and if I have adapted? I would say the patch is okay. Not too much changed, I would say, in terms of the meta. Like obviously like some things changed, but it's like minor stuff, you know. I wish the patch was a bit more like fun, more things to do. But instead it's like pretty similar to the old patch. So yeah, I would say I've adapted. Not much to adapt to, no. Second question is, I have to evaluate my performance in group stage. I think it was okay. Like first place, not bad. I did not really had too many high expectations for myself. You know, I haven't been completely locked down on StarCraft 2 lately, so I wasn't sure if I was going to do well or not, but ended up being okay, so can't complain really. I would say 8 out of 10. You seem to have played a lot of League of Legends recently. Do you think there are areas where StarCraft and League of Legends can help each other improve skills? It's pretty funny. Yeah, I've been playing quite a bit of League of Legends. Yeah, I think so. I think there's a lot of areas where similar things can happen and you can take different approaches. It's like a really tough question to answer in such a short period of time, but I would say yes, for sure. Everyone knows I've been like cooking up stuff on the Rift, you know. What do you think the difference between WTL and individual events? Well, WTL is a lot of fun since the team is involved, and I'm very proud to represent Basilisk. And when you play a team event, there's more emotions, there's more hype, there's more stuff, you know, going on. So it's always fun. But I'm also a fan of playing for myself, you know. I like winning. When it's on me, I like winning, and when I lose, I want it to be on me as well. But team events are also fun. And then just last question is just future prospects and talking about New Year. But yeah, I'm recording this video in 2025, so Happy New Year, everyone. Shout out to the Chinese community. I'm a big fan of the Chinese community. Ni hao, ni hao. And yeah, future, we don't know. It's been a bit rough lately. Everyone is a bit negative, and we're just waiting. We're in a bit of a limbo. Just hopefully we can get out of it soon and get some good news or something. I don't know. Don't know what to tell you guys. Hopefully. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And we're back. Shout out to both Reynor and herO for giving us that lovely interview. A lot of the questions are similar. herO initially was asked about WTL and how he likes it compared to individual leagues, or how he doesn't like it. He was also asked about Reynor and Clem's off race, and he was asked about, you know, again, future prospects as well. Likewise, so something similar to Reynor. I do appreciate that they did ask Reynor about League and about his thoughts. I mean, herO, he was also asked about the patch as well. And yeah, Reynor even himself admitting that, you know, he's been playing a lot of League of Legends, playing less SC2, and he was himself a little bit surprised that he made it into the playoffs. Despite that, I still hold high hopes for his performance here. But as I mentioned before, herO is the heavy favorite. Even if Reynor wasn't playing League of Legends all the time, herO would be the favorite player here. But I'm still hoping for a banger of a series. I want to see these two face off. I want to see these two go toe-to-toe. I'm ready for some ZVP action here. The vetoes are done. We have Whispers of Gold and Ultra Love vetoed for herO. We have Neon Violet Square and King's Cove for Reynor. Game 1. It begins. And in the top right-hand corner, we have herO for Weibo Gaming. In the bottom left, we have the Italian Zerg player. It is Reynor for Basilisk. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck in the chat as you have a couple of minutes here to get your Gamba underway. Best of luck. Best of luck. As for the time being, we're going to be settling in. Oh. The in-game overlay isn't there. You know what? If it's not there, bam, we'll make it there. Oh, yeah, it's come back. Never mind. There we go. We have our in-game cams. And to kick things off, we have our initial hatch gas pool. Again, as Reynor was saying himself, I mean, again, the meta hasn't really changed too much here in the new patch. There have been some differences when it comes to the openings, as, oh my god, it looks like saying it is 70% in favor of herO. I mean, I probably agree with that, but that's, Jesus. And again, the overall meta hasn't really changed too much. It's just like the intricacies here of the openers have definitely adjusted over time. Likewise, I would say that aggressive builds have fallen off, especially in ZVP, just because of the power of the NG overcharge, just allowing the Oracle to be even more effective defensively early on, really shutting down more Ling-based aggression and Ling-based all-ins. But for now, we should just be settling in. Settling into our ZVP. And from the side of herO, we have often seen standard openers, but more aggressive follow-ups here. He's more than willing to embrace 8-gate all-ins, you know, rushing into Sky Toss as well. We saw that in his series against Serral, where herO, he's more than willing to embrace Sky Toss if need be and head into a longer game state, otherwise embrace the mid-game as well, as typically where herO thrives in the mid-game. If he can get there. If he can get there. For now, Stalker opening. Interesting. With this, he will have less to harass across the map. Instead, going to be focusing on denying vision, denying scouting, and keeping this Overlord pinned in the back line. So, interesting start here from herO, as the Overlord is going to be zoned away. Likewise, behind this, you should most likely be seeing an Oracle opener to hunt down the Overlord as well, to give it high ground vision. And there's that Stargate on the way. So far, so good. Is going to be a Stargate opener. Into most likely Oracle. Again, we wouldn't see a Void Ray opener alongside a Stalker. That's they both play the same role. So you wouldn't see one and the other. You see one or the other instead. As the Stalker does move out across the map. Bold move out of herO. Playing with fire. Link speed is not done. So the Stalker can poke away at the army and poke away at the Queen. But very ambitious here if he's looking for any major damage. He may pick off a Ling. So far, good control of the Reynor. He does pull away. Does pull away in time. And there's that first Oracle in production for herO. Moving out across the map. herO's moving out. A Tumor goes down. Nice pick off out of herO. Takes out Tumor. The Queens are getting low. Getting very low here. Once the shields have been stripped from the Stalker, herO he pulls away. Does pull back. And behind this is going to be getting to additional Oracle production. Again, should just be a triple Oracle opener into a third base. Standard play out of herO. Ooh, interesting. Going for the forward third. That I was not expecting. So a much more aggressive and assertive position here for herO. With this, he could even go for an early Twilight Council into early Blink into a 3-base all-in. This would make sense here on ley lines with taking that forward expansion. Meanwhile, Reynor going for a very early Roach Warren. That is a, what, 340 Roach Warren timing? Jesus. Very early here. Reynor, he is making workers. He cancels the Roach Warren. Oh my god. So basically, Reynor, he believed it was going to be a Twilight Council opener. When he saw the Oracle, when he saw the Stargate, he found out it wasn't, so he canceled the Roach Warren. So he's playing macro. Evo Chamber into +1 melee into Ling Hydra. So macro play here out of Reynor. A little bit of an inefficient start, but he's getting there nonetheless. Meanwhile, the first Queen is going to be going down. Massive pickup. One Queen falls. And Adepts, they get caught out here at the natural. As is that +1 melee on the way. Again, that's going to be for Ling Hydra for the eventual lair into Hydra production. herO behind this, settling in as well, going for his own Twilight Council into Forge into +1 and Blink. Standard play out of herO. If you remember, I was a little bit concerned that herO might go for a 3-base all-in, but based on the timing of the Twilight Council, this looks like standard play, not aggressive. As we are calming things down. Additional Adepts, they have arrived. 5 Adepts here for herO alongside his triple Oracle. Shading towards the natural, but there are plenty of Lings in position. Likewise, we do see a big counterattack at a Reynor, and herO, he's not ready. Uh-oh. herO, he is not ready back at home. Reynor going for the dive, going for the natural even as well. Adepts, they shade into the main. Lings are zoned away. Drone's going to be going down. Going for the Queen instead. Queen taking a lot of hits. Oracles are zoned away. Back across the map, 6 pro kills. Very nice damage here by Reynor. Oh, but at the same time, it's taking a lot of hits as well. It's sustaining a lot of losses. Oracles, they race back home. They will defend against the Lings. And these Adepts, there's still no answer. Reynor's being cleaned up. herO is not. As he comes back too soon. Drones, no, he comes back. 10 drone kills. And he's not done. Shade towards the main. herO trying to make his way out towards the third. There are plenty of Lings. It looks like Reynor, he's going to clean this up. Where's the shade? A little bit too late. Adepts are going to be shut down, and Reynor defends. As it all settles, herO does have an economic lead, and Reynor, yep, he's going for the all-in. Reynor, he cannot macro out of this. He's too far behind. It's all or nothing. He's going for a Ling Queen drop a Lord all-in. Now, this will hit with +1. +1 melee is about to finish up. Same with Overlord speed. And if herO doesn't recognize what's going on, he's in trouble. Oh, he's wasting energy here to harass. And here he has no idea what's happening. Doesn't see the army coming his way. Lings, they reveal themselves. Making their way towards the natural. Here he's still harassing across the map. He doesn't know. Reynor, he can pull this off. There's barely an army. He comes in for the surround. The Oracles are just now coming back, but they are late. Now they're forced to recall. And the Lings, they wreak havoc. They bust through the mineral line. 16 probes going down. And here he's getting caught with his pants down. And here come the Queens. And again, here didn't scout. Here he did not scout. He did not see this. He had no idea the all-in was coming until it was too late. And Reynor, he has broken the expansion. The third base, it's gonna go down. The all-in, Pappy pops off. Likewise, I believe a Ling drop into the main. You have more probes going down. Here he had a strong start, but did not scout the all-in. And with that, Reynor is snowballing out of control. We do get a feedback here on the Queen. Another feedback as well, but I mean, that's barely any damage. Again, here he's caught off guard, was not ready for this. 42 probes going down. Reynor, he ignores the third, goes straight for the natural instead. Going straight for the production. The Archons, they are trading well, but here he's already lost too much. He's already lost 23 probes. He's on a one-base economy. He's half of that copium. He's got 2 Archons. That's all he has. Stasis going up, getting one of the Queens. And Reynor, he is going to be able to overwhelm. The Archons, they're barely standing. They have no shields. Cybercore going down as well. No more reinforcements. Lings, they divert over towards the third. Roach is still rallying in. And honestly, there's just nothing left. There's nothing left here for herO. Sure, he has 3 Archons, but that's not enough. Nowhere near. This Reynor is breaking through. Here, he's microing his heart out, Pappy. He's doing what he can with the Archons. There's only so much he can do. GG gets called, and Reynor takes a lead in the series. Whew. GG. GG. Well played. A solid start here for Reynor. Again, herO, he did have a good showing in that game. He was able to pull Reynor apart and cripple the economy. And he forced the all-in. He forced the all-in at Reynor, as we saw here, Mr. Yi. We head over to our next game. And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have herO for Weibo Gaming. In the top right, we have Reynor for Basilisk. Predictions? They're... What are you talking? You predicted. Yeah. it says right there, Slojo. You predicted Reynor. What are you talking about? Did you forget that you did place your bets already? What? Yeah? Oh no. The dimension. Wait, we're all getting old, Pappy. Oh no. Oh no. It's okay, Pappy. It's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Hi. As we're settling into game number 2. So far, we do have pool first. Interesting. Pool first opener out of Reynor. Already more aggressive. We have 6 Lings on the way, and the goal here is to get across the map and to wreak havoc, to get a probe kill if at all possible, get a couple of workers, disrupt the opener of herO. This is not an all-in, but this is an aggressive start, as that is 8 Lings in production. Let's go. So we have our pool first. herO, for the time being, is in the dark. He does not probe scouts. Without a probe scout, herO, he doesn't know what's going on. Can Reynor cheese the hell out of herO in a best of 5? It's possible. I mean, herO, he has experience with this playing so much against Dark, but he might not be too expectant of this from Reynor. As Lings, they're moving out. I believe 10 in total. As they get across the map. Do you see the Zealot being researched? Immediately going to be Chrono. The pylon is under fire, and we have to pull the boys. If this pylon goes down, that's game. That is going to be game. Likewise, herO cannot afford to lose too many probes here. Dancing with the Lings, buying time. Oh, nice around. Oh, that should not have happened. Lings, they get shut down. 1 probe falls, and herO holds. Yeah, you can see the reaction there from Reynor. Not ideal. Did force some lost mining time, but that was still a rough loss for Reynor, considering how committed that was. As Reynor, he is going to slip into the main, hoping for maybe another probe. Oh, he wants it! Up! He gets it! Ooh, gets a second probe. Whew, suddenly more worth it for Reynor. Very nice pickoff. Gets a second worker, and with that, as it all settles, as he should not get a third probe. That should not occur here. As herO has to be careful. There we go, Ling gets cleaned up. As it all settles, Reynor takes a slight worker advantage, and we can settle in. calm things down and settle in. As you can see, the trades here, 10 links for 2 probes. Not ideal for a Reynor, but, you know, damage was done. As we have a Stargate opener out of herO. Going for a Stargate into Oracle into third base. We don't expect herO to deviate too much in the early game. But the first Zealot has arrived and he wants a Queen. Can he get it? Nah, not quite. Good response by Reynor. He saves the Queen. Adepts a threat in the shade. And Reynor, he keeps up. Does keep up. Here, once again. I mean, 2 Adepts can one-shot drones, but he doesn't quite commit. Reynor just now going for a late third base for Reynor. But again, the opener was just it was just an awkward start anyway. It's been a more tense early game. As hero's moving out. Reynor trying to keep up. Zoning back the army. Can herO force a cancel? I mean, the base is getting low. Up. Oh, it's close. Oh my god, it's so close. But last 2 Adepts is not enough DPS. The base will survive. Just barely the base will survive as it is out healing the damage output of 2 Adepts. It's going to be quite low though. And the Oracle comes in. No shot. Can he snipe it? Can he snipe the base? He commits. He commits, Papi. The Oracle goes ham, but it does not get it. Oh my god, you can see Reynor smiling. He's like, man, you're trying to clown on me, Papi. Oh my god. The Oracle almost falls, and here he does not snipe the expansion. Big win for Reynor. As Reynor, he killed 2 Adepts, and he dealt so much whole damage to that Oracle. Whew. Oh my god. Hi, hi, hi. Zero Load is going to be hunted down. Reynor holds, getting to +1 melee. Here going for a Twilight Council follow-up. This looks like... it is a really early Twilight Council. This looks like either Glaive Adepts or AK Blink Stalker. What's going to be Glaives or Blink? As again, this third base is very late for herO. Twilight Council is done. What do you have for us? What's it going to be? It's going to be one or the other. You're just waiting for his gas. There it is, Glaives. Okay, it's going to be Glaives. A very committed follow-up here by herO. He needs to get damage done. Behind this Reynor, he's droning. He's saturating. herO, how many gates is he on? 4. Okay, 4 gate Glaives. He's banking them up. But again, this is very committed. This has to get damage done. I don't really see this killing the expansion, but it's possible. Reynor is getting the safety Bailey Nest. Ooh, Oracle goes down. Mate, Reynor, he's popping up. Kills the Oracle. herO, he's running out of steam. Again, just a really aggressive style here to herO in the follow-up, but so far it has not been worth it. If he forced a cancel, then sure, but he didn't. Did not force a cancel, did misjudge. That is a lot of Adepts. And Reynor, he has yet more Fin Banelings. Ooh, Overload Speed on the way. Looks like an all-in. Uh-oh. Yeah, Banelings are morphing in. So Reynor, he's going for an all-in at this point. This should be for Drop Lords. This should be for Lingbane Queen. We'll see what he can get done. Stasis across the map. Adepts, they have revealed themselves, but 5 Banelings are morphing in just in time. herO, he commits. Reynor did not see this. Lings, they try to engage. Nice service area. Reduced service area here on the Adepts. They hold their own. Lings, they melt. And where are the Banelings? Where are the Banelings? As he shades into the main. Banelings, they're across the map. I mean, they will connect. Probes are going down. But that means that they don't defend. And here, he's snowballing out of control. He shuts down the Lings. The Lings, they do nothing. I thought they were at home. Oh, no. Ay. I mean, herO does lose 11 workers. That is true. But the trades, the efficiency of these Fs is insane. They take down so many Lings. They make their way into the mineral line. They get a kill in the Eva chamber. And the Adepts are not done. So they do get the hell out of here. More Lings have amassed. Reynor, he holds, he defends. But these were much better trades here for herO. Much better. And he's not done. He's going to be reinforcing. if Reynor hadn't killed 11 workers, I think this would be game here and now as Hero's coming in. But Reynor, he has potential. He can try to hold on. But he's going for a Drop Lord. Takes down an Oracle. Very nice pickup. One Oracle goes down, but Reynor, he's up against the wall. Trying to drop in the main army. Baneling's walling in as well. Nice splits here out of herO. Ooh, but big connections on the right-hand side. Adepse shaded to the natural. That means Immortal's exposed. Immortal does pull away. Adepse wreak havoc. They get 7 drone kills, 8 drone kills. Yeah, the Queen's going to be shut down. They do get the prison, but the Warp Intel's complete. And herO, he should have too much. He should just pull Reynor apart here. He's being pulled apart. There are some Banelings. Oh! Does he commit? He does not. Whew, doesn't commit to the shade. herO, he survives. Lings, they try to engage. Adepts trying to shade back. Decent spread. Banelings, they crash in, but that's still 20 drone kills. And Adepts are still wreaking havoc here at the third base. Drones rallying in a little bit too soon. Lings, they try to engage. And Reynor, he will defend. He will survive. Does survive, does hold. herO, he recalls back home. But I don't think hero's really in any danger here. I mean, these units are. As Lings, they come in first round, going for the Immortal. Where's the Warp Prism? Immortal gets surrounded. Massive pickup. Prism is a couple of seconds too late. Nice pickups here by Reynor. Nice done, but he is behind in the economy. Is down in workers. herO, he just does not stop. He sends it back. He keeps sending it. GG gets called as Reynor is broken, and herO ties up the series 1-1. GG. GG, well played again. I'll be honest, I was a little bit shocked. I was, the entire time, I was like, where are the Banelings? I swear he morphed in 5 of them. He morphed them in across the map. As a result, he fell apart. He fell apart to the Adept harass. He did not have the Banelings to defend. Adepts, they just shut down the Lings. They shut down the economy. Still was a back and forth, and we saw that Reynor had a stronger start because of the lost Oracle, because of the failed aggression out of herO, but then herO brought it back, and Reynor got caught with his pants down. So really, this is telling us, I mean, almost like the exact same scenario here, but roles reversed, game 1 and game 2, where game 1, herO got ahead and then got caught off guard by aggression. Game 2, Reynor got ahead and then got caught off guard by aggression. So we've been trading blows so far. We've been sharing these experiences, and we'll see how this story ends. Oh boys, we're getting ready for game 3. I mean, of course, this is still a best of 5, but we'll see who takes the lead in the series, as game 3 is going to be on Abyssal Reef. Now, this is a map where aggression is not favored. We mentioned before that you can be very much so in the face of your opponents on Frostline and on ley lines. On Abyssal Reef, this map is known for how large it is and how defendable it is. If we want to embrace the mid game, this is the map for it. We've had some very short games so far in this series with game 1 and game 2. Here we expect something longer. We expect a longer game. We expect the mid game here at Abyssal Reef. And I'm curious how Reynor deals with the problem that is herO when it comes to his mid game, because that is where herO thrives. I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's go. They're trading pants. They just keep taking it off. As in the top left hand corner, we have herO for Weibo Gaming. And in the bottom right, we have Reynor for Basilisk. We go. As a reminder, Reynor, he did start things off with a pool first in the previous game. This time going for a 15 hatch. Likewise, herO going for a scout across the map. This time he will confirm whether or not there is an early spawning pool. So nice adaptation here by herO. Reynor clearly getting into his head. I walk into a waving contest. Oh no. Oh no. Not like this. As we get eyes on each other, and we should have some more standard openers here between our players. I know that we've been very aggressive so far, but again, especially on Abyssal Reef, this is where it's all about the mid game. We'll see though. We'll see. Not saying that all-ins can't work on Abyssal, but the map works against you. You have to fight against the map itself to make that happen. as herO is going to be expanding back at home. He is taking his natural. Likewise, Reynor settling in. From here, we should just be seeing a Stargate opener into a third base, into +1 and a Twilight Council. I could see herO going for like an H-Gate 3-base all-in on this map just to catch Reynor off guard. That is possible, so we'll keep an eye on the Forge timing for herO. Otherwise, I can see Reynor cutting corners, going into +1 melee again like he did in Game 1, going +1 melee, skipping the Roach Warren, and going Ling Hydra into a faster lair. So we'll keep an eye on the lair timing and keep an eye on the Evo Chamber timing from Reynor. That's kind of what we're paying attention to as we get in towards a longer game stage. There's a Stargate, as to be expected, into Oracle. If herO goes for a Void Ray opener, that is something to take note of. So we'll definitely point that out if that does occur. As here he pulls away. Saves the probe. Mate, Reynor's room is so blue. It's such a streamer room. Jesus. Every time. I wish we got a close-up on the photos in the backgrounds. It looks like maybe Reynor and Serral in the back left, maybe. Maybe his brother? I don't really know. Not so familiar. I know that he's got his championship photo with his trophy on the right. Not too sure about the left. It looks like the Basilisk boys. Looks like it. For now, though. For now, we do have herO getting ready for his third. Again, producing his oracles. Reynor back at home, getting his own third base as well. Just running up. Nothing crazy. It's moving forward. And again, we're keeping our eye open for the tech of choice from the side of herO. Hunts down the Overlord. We can see Reynor threatening a run by herO at the third base, but the Oracle's being kept back at home. herO playing it safe himself. Lings, they collapse on the Stalker, but the Oracles are here. Meanwhile, Reynor going for an early lair. That's a 4-minute lair timing. Oh my god. That I was not expecting. Okay. Now, with a fast lair, this could be a Link Queen Nidus all-in. This could be a Link Queen drop load all-in. This could be to rush into early gases, into early tech, but I don't see early tech. I see more Lings. Oh boy. Here we go. As Reynor's going all in. I mentioned before that I did expect a mid-game here in game number 3 on Abyssal Reef, but that's not really happening here. Not yet. We have one drone, just one drone on the way. More Lings. He commits. Now, if this was a drop load all-in, we should be seeing Overlord speed, but there is no Overlord speed, so I'm leaning towards Nidus play instead. As I believe Reynor should have enough for a Nidus Worm. Lair is done. Show us what you got. Show us a Link Queen Nidus all-in. As Queen's drop, yeah, there it is. There's a Nidus Worm. Let's go. Man, I've seen enough Dark games. I know. We've watched enough of Dark. Likewise, Oracle into the main, sees lack of gas. Does see the Queens, doesn't see much else. Stasis Trap into the mineral line. Oh, Reynor does react in time, but he needs to check the natural, and he doesn't. Yeah, here he doesn't know that the all-in is coming. Lings, they bust into the natural. Oracle's at the race back home, and I'm getting some deja vu here. This is looking similar to game 1, where Reynor just goes for the all-in, and here he doesn't notice. Doesn't notice what's going on. Here he's out of position, he's in the main. Lings, they hit the third. Oracles, they are somewhat in position. They're here to defend. Where's the Nidus? Where is the Nidus? As there it is. Okay, Nidus Storm towards the left-hand side, towards the third. Nidus Storm has begun, but this is a late Nidus here from Reynor. And is it going to finish in time? Is it going to finish up? Has herO realized what's going on? Nidus does complete. Queens have arrived. And can Reynor break that third? Stasis on the way. Lings, they try to engage. Stasis does complete. Does zone the Lings away. Buying time. Nidus into the main. herO, does he notice? We're just engaging with the army. Better trades for herO. He's trading more efficiently, but the Nidus will complete. It will finish up. herO for now holding on. Queens, they back up. They do retreat. Oracle's going to be shut down. Nice pickoff. Oracle does fall. And here he's out of the Oracle. No, no! Oh god, the Oracles once again take a lot of hits. They take a lot of damage. The Oracle's within range. Oh my god, massive stasis. Stasis goes off, a second Oracle goes down, there's one Oracle left. Nidus is cleaned up, and here he's being pulled apart. Reynor, he's so close to breaking herO. It's so close. You can see here he doesn't want to rotate everything over, but he has to. Here he's holding. He's pushing Reynor back. Blinks on forward. Another stasis trap as well. Stasis is denied, but did tank some shots. And the queens are going down. Yeah, here he holds. GG gets called. And herO takes a 2-1 lead in the series. Whew. GG. Oh, it's time to smooge. We're smooching. Let's go. Hold on. Where are we in the chat? Where are we? The hoodie is up. Hold on, that's not the right emote. Where's the Duckling one? There we go. The hoodie is up, Bappy. The hoodie is up. It's time to smooge. The power has been unlocked. Reynor, we've seen his final form. He has reached his final form. We'll see if Reynor can bounce back and force the ace match. Let's go. Let us go. Now, something that caught me off guard is that Reynor all-in, which means we might see an all-in every game. Like I wasn't really, like, as I mentioned before, Abyssal Reef, I expect mid-game play, but Reynor, he just sent it. Coming into Amygdala, I also expect mid-game play as well, but I mean, it's possible that the League of Legends is affecting Reynor more than he thought, and we might just what's the phrase? Just send it down mid? We might just it's possible. Might just do it again. Here we go. Or once the hoodie is up, maybe macro. Is that what it means? You know, is it the macro hoodie? Do we go into the mid game? Do we get it? Do we get the third base saturated? Do we get a fourth base as well? We're here to find out. Run it down to AK. Oh god. And sporting in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Korean Protoss player for Weibo Gaming. It is herO. And in the top right-hand corner, we have the League of Legends player himself. It is Reynor for Basilisk. Here we go. Again, it's time to game. The Italian rap is blaring. The hood is up. The smooge is real. Let's go. Now, what have we not seen so far? Now, we did see a German taxi earlier in game 1. So we saw a Lin Queen German taxi all-in, a Dropload all-in. Here in the last game, we saw a Lin Queen Nidus all-in. In game 2, we saw herO catching Reynor off guard with Glaive Adepts, as Reynor was going for a Bane bust, if you recall. What haven't we seen? We haven't seen any Roach-based all-ins or any Roach-based play whatsoever. That is also on the table here for Reynor. But for now, let's calm things down and settle into Amygdala. Now, what I mentioned before, Amygdala is known for longer and later games. Amygdala, it is a large map in the map pool. It is a little bit more awkward to rotate between the north and southern bases here, so we do often see longer games. Despite that, I mean, I've said those sentiments for Abyssal Reef as well, how the map is working against you because of the rush distance by ground. It takes a long time to reinforce across the map, and I'm sure the map didn't help Reynor when it comes to his all-in. So I want to lean away from that here in Amygdala. I don't want to see an all-in again, but it comes down to Reynor. It comes down to how Reynor's feeling coming into this. What are we going to see? What are we going to embrace? The problem as well, you can't run it down mid here on Amygdala because of the rocks. True. The rocks are in the way. We got to knock them down first. Hatch. Oh no. Hatch block would have been very dark. Would have been very dark. Very Shin as well. No hatch block though. No hatch block here by Reynor. Or proxy hatch even. But now it is going to be a Stargate opener by herO. Is opening up Stargate into Oracle. And we'll see if he goes into the Void Ray or into Oracle as well, into a third base. Likewise, if you recall, Reynor also went for a 4-minute lair. That was the big sign. That was the big tell, was the lair timing from Reynor. So that's another thing we're going to be keeping an eye out for coming into Amygdala. Is that lair timing? For now, do you have our Adept? Shading in. Oracle opener here out of Hero, not a Void Ray. Oracle's on the way. Into a third base. Into macro. I mean, I'm sure, like, this entire time, Hero, he's been wanting to play, like, macro. Outside of course, Frostline, don't get me wrong. Outside of that, he just wants a third, he wants a fourth, he wants saturation. Wants to play some StarCraft. See how Reynor does adjust his approach. Second Oracle's on the way. First one threatening a dive as well. Keeping Reynor busy. Reynor, he is amassing a wave of Lings. We have 8 more Lings on the way. Reynor being forced back. Is being forced back. Still droning. Hero is getting his third. We're keeping an eye out for the tech timing here for Hero. We've reached the 4-minute mark. This time there is no lair. Calming down. Lings, they get across the map. They test the waters. They check the natural. Hero's on hold position. Stays strapped into the natural base. Reynor, he does respond. Does pull away. So far, Reynor, he's keeping up. Stays into the main. Reynor, he does respond as well. He pulls back. And we have a standard follow-up out of Hero. Forge and Twilight Council +1 and Blink after the third base. So everything is looking standard from Hero. Reynor, he does get a safety Roach Warren. This is a just under... Oh, as the Oracle goes down, that should not have happened. Yeah, a bit of miscontrol by Hero. Does hold position in the wrong location. Likewise, safety Roach Warren here just under 5 minutes. Eva Chambers on the way. This could be +1 range. This could be +1 range out of Reynor, not melee. We'll keep an eye on him, but sniping that first Oracle is a big win for Reynor. 5 adepts have arrived. There's less support. +1 and Blink on the way. 5-minute lair timing out of Reynor. Much more standard. And show us that upgrade. As adepts say, thread in the shade. So far, Reynor is keeping up. 24 more Lings on the way. Investing very heavily here into Ling aggression. Once again. Uh-oh. There's a range upgrade, as we mentioned. Lings, they hit the third. Stalkers are exposed. They're going to get surrounded. Probe's going to be going down as well. Oracles, they race back home. Yeah, Hero out of position. That's a lot of damage. 7 probe kills. 7 workers going down. At the same time, adepts, they do shade into the middle line, but Lings, they hit us around. Hero's out of position. Is getting surrounded. Better trades here for Reynor. 11 probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. And Reynor, he's skyrocketing ahead. Now, because of this damage, we might see Hero go for an all-in instead. Like, Hero, he's taking a lot of hits. Oh, not an all-in. Hero, he's taking a lot of damage. Fleet Beacon, Stargate, Sky Toss. Hero, he's rushing into Sky Toss. He's being hyper-defensive instead. Can he get away with it? It's difficult to pull this off. It is not easy. If Reynor is passive, then Hero's going to be okay, but Reynor, he's not a passive player. He's going into Ling Hydra. He is committing to Ling Hydra, and it's going to be on Reynor to figure out what's going on. +1 air attack is on the way. If Reynor sees the wall at the natural, he will confirm. Now moving out. Again, only 2 oracles to defend. Lings, they rotate towards the natural. Do they scout? Do they check? Not quite. They do not see the cyber core. Oh! As he surrounds the stalkers. I believe he didn't quite get within range. Not yet. Does see saturation at the third. Gets eyes on the gases. He knows that it's not a 3-base all-in. And he throws down Infestation Bin. He's taking into lurkers. Upon confirming the fact that Hero he's not, or that he is teching, I'm sure he's assuming either Colossus Tech or High Templar. He's getting ready with lurkers. So it's going to be Hydra Lurker Viper here out of Reynor with Hive Tech. And Hero, he's still trying to rush into Skytoss. Yet to pull it off. Lings, they try to scout. They do a den too. Likewise, Lings do rotate over towards the third. Trying to dive in. They get us around on the cannon. Stalkers are somewhat in position. Somewhat. Hiding back here against the Lings, but Reynor, he does have enough to break through. He's getting to the mineral line. And before Hero can embrace Sky Tilts, he may just lose the third. As he mentioned, he was relying here on Reynor being more passive. The carriers that have been revealed, there's only 2. And the Hydras, they can hold their own. They can shut down the interceptors. Lings, they flood into the mineral line, and Hero's being broken. Hero, he's being broken. He took too many losses early on. Remember, it was 11 probe kills at the start of the game. And with that, Reynor, he has done it. He has broken the third. And Hero, he forces back the army, but Hero, he is crippled when it comes to his economy. He barely has anything behind this. He's on 54 probes. He's on under 3 base saturation. As Reynor, he does start to step in. Takes out more probes in the mineral line. He is running out of Hydras, and Hero, he is going to barely hold on here. But what's he going to hold on to, right? What's he holding on to? He doesn't really have an economy left. Down to less than 50 probes. Ay, ay, ay. And Reynor, he just keeps rallying. He just keeps rallying in. He wants the base. He wants the third. Does want the third. And he's going to get it. Hero going to try to hold on. But again, he barely has an army. It's not really enough. And mate, we're looking to force the ace match. It's been a fast series, is what I will say. Even this game, like, before Hero could really get saturated, he gets shut down. Reynor has arrived, GG gets called, and Reynor ties up the series. We are going to the ace match. GG. GG, well played. The game-winning move for Reynor was the Ling run by earlier. If you remember, Lings, they hit the third base. This was after the first Oracle was killed, and because one Oracle went down, that means there's that much less to defend back. And I guess I have to say that I guess I'm not expecting standard play, because this has not been a standard series. We have yet to, I mean, there's a reason why there's like a lot of memes about Reynor being washed, and I don't think they're based in any truth. it's just clowns on Reddit. Meanwhile, in the bottom left-hand corner, we have Reynor. Bottom right, we have Hero. It's just, unfortunately, it's just recency bias. I think it's very common. We see it all the time in the chat, and it's always very frustrating whenever it happens. But very commonly, you have people, they only really think of the most recent match, and that's how they portray a player. Like recently, someone was like, do you think Serral's worst matchup is ZVT now because like he's been losing against Terrans? And I'm like, think about what you just said. If you look at his record, who is Serral losing to in ZVT? It's really only Clem. That's it. And you're like, it's his worst matchup? Like, what? What are you talking about? It's like, oh no, yeah, but he lost to Clem recently. He's like, yeah. I mean, Clem's a world champion. Like, what are you like? What are you talking about? Or like if Reynor does, if he, for example, Reynor, he got knocked out of the group stage in Home Story Cup. Like, oh, I guess Reynor's playing badly. It's like, I mean, did you not see his year? Like, what do you mean? Like Reynor, he had a really strong year. Reynor, you could argue that Reynor, he has the best record against Clem, better than Serral, for example, when it comes to ZVT. Like Reynor, he had an amazing year when it comes to his matches, at least against Clem, in Zerg versus Terran. Even at DreamHack Dallas, right? But like, I don't know, a lot of people, they like think on certain matches. I think another example is MaxPax, right? MaxPax has been dropping a lot of matches against HERO and against Shin, and people are like, oh, MaxPax, he's struggling this patch. It's like, what do you mean? Like, he's still winning like a bunch of tournaments. What? Like, everyone loses, mate. So like, yeah, it happens. A lot of, like, often people, they see like one result, and then they like change everything to make that result make sense in their mind. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, this player must be bad now. Cope. The cope is real. If you're only using the Clem, then that's a really good record. Exactly, right? 100%. It's like, is this player washed? He's been losing to Clem. It's like, mate, it's Clem. What are you talking about? Anyway, we're settling in. Rant over. For now, we do have our Hatchcats pool. Standard opener here out of Reynor, going for his third base. Likewise, we do have a HERO going for his own gate expand into Cybercore, into Stargate. Ooh, as we are settling in. Again, no crazy builds so far, no crazy tech paths. Everything looking as it should. But the series has been very aggressive. Throughout here, the series has been very aggressive. We have not embraced a proper, like, 3 base versus 3 base. We have not been able to get into a 4th base either. Hasn't really occurred. Really just aggressive game after game after game. Does it all end here? Do we finally embrace some more back and forth here in El Dorado? Or does one player all in? As Lings, they do hit the 3rd. Getting on top of the 3rd base. Forcing back herO. No major damage. Again, opening up triple Oracle into a 3rd. Into, I would imagine, Forge and +1. Into +1 and Blink. I would imagine just a standard opener here by herO. Meanwhile, early Eva Chamber to Reynor. Yo, this bodes well. What does an early Eva Chamber mean? Say it together. +1 melee. So it should be +1 melee out of Reynor. This should be leading into Ling into Hydra. Now, if you remember, I will say Ling Hydra. There's that melee, as I did mention. This typically leads into Ling Hydra, but the last time we saw this was game 1 when Reynor went for a Ling Queen Drop Lord all-in and a German Taxi. So technically, Reynor can turn this into another all-in, but I'm hoping for a macro game. I'm hoping for, you know, Lings into a lair into Hydra tech. That's what I'm hoping for. As Lings, they do flood in. Oh, the wall's not a wall. The wall is wide open. Depth gets surrounded. Depth goes down. Nice pickup. More Lings are on the way. But Reynor, he's taking. He's droning and he throws down a safety Roach Warren. So Reynor, he is not going all in. Let's go. He's not going all in. Goes for a 520 lair timing. Droning up. I believe this Roach Warren is just for safety, but he may commit into Roach production. We'll keep an eye on whether or not he invests into range after +1 melee. Meanwhile, here he, overreaction, did go up to 4 oracles. I believe this is because he's been dying to Link Floods. And he will force a cancel. Does deny the 4th. 5, my god, what happened? 5 oracles. I mean, if Reynor was once again aggressive with Lings, he'd be in trouble, but this is a big commitment here by herO. What can he get done? He can threaten queens. Queens can be threatened. Diving into the main. Rotating over towards the natural, into the 3rd. Lings are across the map. Oracles are not at home to defend. He wants the queens! Oh! He wants them, he gets 1. 1 queen goes down. Nice pickup. Oracles, they back up. They take a lot of hits. But they do survive. They do survive. Meanwhile, once again, the wall is open. Oh my... herO! herO, he's pulling a herO. The wall is wide open. Forced to recall back home. The Lings, they slip in, but they don't get much done. They don't get a lot of damage here. So far, good crisis management here out of herO. He defends well, and he shuts this down. And this was a big investment of Lings. Lings are going to be falling. Basically, after this series here, he's like, I've had enough of your Ling Floods, okay? I'm making more oracles. It's happening. Never again. Meanwhile, it is going to be a Spire transition after the lair. I assumed it was going to be for a Hydrogen, but no, it's going to be Spire Tech instead. And I am concerned for Reynor. I'm concerned because there are so many oracles, so the chances of herO scouting are quite high, assuming he dives in. So will herO scout, as the Spire, I believe, is hidden in the natural. Yeah, it is behind the natural mineral line. Will herO go that far in? +2 melee here, so it looks with +2 melee on the way. This tells us that Reynor, he's going mass muta. He's not just making mutas to harass, he's going and he's committing even harder into muta production. As the Spire is almost done. Spire is almost done. Catching out the Lings. I mean, good trades here for herO. And he is moving out. And if Reynor, if he's been banking for mutas, he may just die here and now. He needs Lings, he needs Roaches. Remember, he has a safety Roach Warren. He's not making any Roaches. Reynor, he's in a bit of trouble. The army's pushing in. Does move in, pushing towards that center expansion. More soldiers to reinforce. No Archons yet, but Archons would be ideal. I mean, after the storms, of course. We see Reynor going for a counterattack. Does move out. Here, he still has no idea what's going on. And thankfully, Reynor is making roaches. He's making a handful of roaches. Lings, they threaten a counterattack. herO kills the expansion. Roach speed just now beginning. Very late roach speed. herO, he races back home. Mutas are making their way towards the main, and herO, again, he still has no idea. Cannons are being thrown down, and he does recognize something is wrong. And he's getting in position. Good read. Good read out of herO. He saw the lack of hydras, lack of roaches. It has to be one thing. Mutas. And herO's ready. So very nice response. Did deduce what was going on. Ling's getting called out. Mutas, they rotate towards the natural. herO, he keeps up. Remember, he has blink. Does keep up. So far, so good. herO, he's trading well. Reynor, he's maxed out. But again, not the most ideal army yet. As more Lings are falling. herO, he's moving out. He's pushing. He's committing. Still has plenty of storms. But the lack of Archons is concerning me. Storm of the Lings. Roaches, they dive in. Storm's going to be popping up. Here come the Mutas. They almost go for the dive. Queen's getting caught out. Nice engagement here from herO. Remember, the supply does lie. Reynor, he might be maxed out, but herO, he has a more efficient army. As the upgrades are lackluster for the roaches, Queens, they're left alone. herO takes a much more efficient fight. He still has those storms. A couple of Stalkers are getting caught out. Prism gets sniped. Massive pickup. High Templar, they're still in the back line. Mutas, they dive on the High Templar. They force out the storms. Boys are being pulled. And we still have the one more storm. Stalkers, they are being forced back. But again, better trades for herO. And herO, he's done it. He breaks through the defensive line. The Queens go down. The mineral line, the Lings, the drones, and the Mutas. And you can see Reynor is not liking the position here. Does shake his head on cams. I mean, he knows things are looking bleak. And this is the danger of rushing into Muta, is that you are vulnerable to aggression. You're vulnerable to these pushes. Mutas are not designed to attack head on. They're designed to harass. Reynor is up against the wall. Nice kiting here from herO. He kites back. Stasis not quite going off. Not yet. It goes off on the Lings. And the Mutas are exposed. The Mutas are exposed. herO, he can keep trading. He can reinforce. 7 more Stalkers behind this. And Reynor, he's down to 3 bases. His economy is crippled. His production is crippled. I mean, brought it all the way to the ace match here, but now he's, again, up against the wall. Now, there are no Archons, true. Mutas, they move out across the map. I do like this counterattack. Reynor trying to buy time, trying to force the recall. As he needs herO to back off. It's a natural. herO, instead of recalling, is going for the base trade. He commits, but there's an army. Oh, he blinks in. Rough trade for herO. Bleeding out Stalkers. Again, that was not the blink he was hoping for. Across the map, 21 probe kills. So again, really good call here from Reynor to just go for the counterattack. But herO, he wants to kill. He wants to end the game here and now. Breaks through the Lings. Mutas, they race back home. And even though the counterattack was good, can he survive the push? That's what matters here. Can he survive? Stalker's moving in. Mutas, they're coming from behind. As herO, he does blink back, going for the Mutas. Ooh, does focus him down. Oh no, the Archons! The Archon intercepts. Once again, Reynor, he cannot fight this main army, so he has to counterattack, he has to harass. But it's still an uphill battle. Like, Reynor, he has no production. Like, he has limited lava, limited injects. He lost all his queens earlier. And GG gets called as he is broken, and herO will take the series 3-2. GG. GG, well played. A very back and forth series, not the series that I was expecting, I'll be honest. It was a very short series, a lot of all-ins, a lot of aggression from both sides. In the end, did go to the ace match, but as we saw, it is very risky going into Mutas like that. herO, really good reads, and even though he didn't scout the Spire, he recognized what was going on, he prepared back at home. And again, when you invest into Mutas like that, you're ideally harassing, you're not defending. You don't want to fight these main armies because you will lose. Like, things will not go well. Remember, because Reynor invested so hard into his mutas, he had zero roaches. Didn't even have roach speed for the first fight either. Like, he was not really ready for these ground fights and these ground assaults. herO was just in his face, and herO snowballed out of control. GG. GG, well played. With that, herO does claim the series, but again, I would say a closer series than I would have expected coming into this. And with that, that is our first series wrapping up. After the break, we have MaxPax versus Serral. Not just that, I believe we're going to be getting some interviews, just like what we just had. I believe there's going to be some interviews first, featuring MaxPax and Serral, getting their opinions on the new patch, on WTL, and on the current state of play. Most likely asking them about Clem and Reynor off racing as well. So I'm sure it's going to be fun hearing from them. Look forward to it. Do look forward to it. We'll see you guys after the break with our next ZVP of Serral and MaxPax. See you soon. See you soon.
Well, I probably adapted a bit. My feeling of this patch. Well, I'm going to talk about from the Protoss perspective. I think it's the energy overcharge is probably the biggest change, and I think some situations it's gotten a bit easier to play. Like for example, I think it's a bit better to play aggressive as Protoss now, and using the energy overcharge for sentry and force fields. But at the same time, I think it's gotten a bit harder, probably in the two matchups mostly. Protoss vs Zerg and Protoss vs Protoss is gotten harder at defending all-ins and pushes. Yeah, that's mostly it.
Okay. So it's just like, just like Terran, they have the new Cyclones. Do you think the Cyclones will give you more pressure in this patch?
I think the new Cyclone is worse against Blink, but it's probably a bit better against the Stargate. I don't think Stargate opening is that good anymore. It's very hard to play Stargate. It's almost always better to play Blink. Well, I wouldn't consider my performance that good. I think my PVC could need some practice, and yeah, well, I just need to do better in PVC. I don't think my performance was good, but I was lucky that I made it through anyway. I think if they practice a bit more on PvP, they could take maps against me, but they would almost always have a better chance, like higher chances if they play their main race. So I'm not really worried. The biggest difference is that you're playing for yourself now mostly. It's not as much pressure as it was in team games, where it feels like you have to do well for your team, and now it's just mostly yourself. I guess that's the main difference. Well, I don't really have any plans as of yet. I'm just playing and enjoying StarCraft. In the meantime, well, I'm grateful for all the fans, and the people that like watching me play and just enjoying StarCraft. I'm very glad that people still like the game. Yeah, and I'll try to do my best to give some good games in MC8.
And now we're hearing from Serral. Again, it's been the same questions every time. Asking about the patch, then asking about WTL and their teams, asking about their opinion on StarCraft. Oh.
Yeah, I have adapted after playing some matches. I already played a good amount during the PTR test, and obviously played some ever since. To be honest, I don't think there was any major changes on the way you play. Maybe you delay one queen or so, but for the most part, it is relatively similar on the Zerg side. But yeah, the patch is fine. I like the new maps especially. I'm a little bit sad. Pros got some late game buffs, but besides that, it's all fun patch, and yeah, I have adapted to it properly, I think. Well, I guess I don't really personally. I wouldn't go as far as doing any race switches. I always feel like I would, even if I would be good with one of the other races, I probably still would have a better chance with my own race, just because I'm more experienced with that. But Yeah, I think Clem and well, the people who they just want to show off a little bit and show they can play the ultra races as well. But he does it very well, so you can't really blame him. But it's not something I would do at least with my current off race levels. I think my performance in the group stage was fine. I played some good games, but I think I can do better as well. So it wasn't the best performance ever, but at the same time, good enough, and I'm relatively happy with it overall. Yeah, military went smooth. It went pretty fast. I only spent there 5.5 months, so under half a year. Went pretty fast. I technically only did 2 tournaments during my whole stay, so it wasn't too many of those. But I would say practice-wise, it was okay. I think mechanically I did get a little bit worse for sure, just because I played way less than I usually do. But I tried to do some high-quality practice for the most part, and yeah, it was a little bit too little, but at the same time, I think I was able to practice enough to maintain my level, at least to some extent. PWC was a fun event, just like Gamers 8 was last year. It was a pretty good experience. I think it was organized very well. I think the only real downside was there wasn't that many people watching, but besides that, it was a pretty fantastic event, to be fair, and I had no complaints whatsoever. It's pretty different, I would say. I do think having a team format makes it a little bit more relaxing, just because it's not completely up to you. Because when you play an individual league, it's always all up to you, and you kind of have to always perform. But with a team league, you can rely on other people as well, and just in general, having talking who's playing against who and setting up the matches is a fun experience. And like I said, I think it's a little bit of a more relaxing tournament format than the solo leagues, where you actually just have to always perform yourself. Yeah, just happy holidays to everyone. Happy Christmas and New Year's. I hope everyone has a good end of the year, and yeah, I'll try to start practicing big time again when the next season hopefully starts sometime around next year. So stay tuned for that.
And we are back. We are back here again. Lovely to see these interviews with our players of both Serral and MaxPax, hearing their thoughts on the new patch, on Clem and Reynor off racing, of course, on their performance in the group stage. Coming into this, we'll see how this goes out. I mean, as we're just jumping right on in, I had some thoughts, but never mind. We're just jumping right into game 1. In the top right-hand corner, we have MaxPax, the Danish Protoss for Sidestorm Gaming. In the bottom left, we have Serral for Basilisk. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat with this best of 5. Now, coming into this, I was about to say that that MaxPax, he did sound a little bit concerned in a way. I mean, he brought up something that we all know, is that it is his ZVP that is holding him back. MaxPax, he has the best PvP in the world, and he has some insane PvT, but his PvZ is his weakest matchup. That is where herO typically has him trumped. herO has the best PvZ in the world. MaxPax is slightly behind him, and he was talking about how he wasn't really too happy with his Protoss versus Zerg matchup. Despite that, though, what I will say, so coming into this, I do favor Serral. I do favor Serral in the series, but there was a show match. There was a Basilisk Big Brain Bouts show match between MaxPax and Serral. That was less than a week ago at this point, and we saw MaxPax bring Serral down 3-1. Did beat him in the show match, and as you saw in the match history, that was the first time that MaxPax had beaten Serral in years. in years back, because that was a big win for MaxPax. So that could be a little bit telling. On the one hand, yes, MaxPax is not too happy with his own PvZ, and we've seen him fall to a lot of Zerg players as of late. At the same time, Serral has also been losing to a lot of Protoss. If you were here for the podcast, we were talking about it. We were going over his recent record. Serral, he just lost against herO. He just dropped maps against Mana. He dropped maps against Australia. He did lose to MaxPax as well. Serral, he has been looking a little bit shaky in this matchup in the recent patch. Again, the patch has changed things. Serral himself was talking about how the meta hasn't changed too much, but the maps have changed how players are approaching the matchup in general here. And we'll see. We'll see how our players do unfold in this best of 5. I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's go. Here we go. As we are settling in. Change out world champions always unhappy. Their spite and anger and indifference must be champion fool. I wouldn't say unhappy at all. Like when you look at Serral, when you look at Clem, when you look at Oliveira, they're not angry, they're not spiteful or anything like that at all. Usually they're just very hard on themselves. Usually they're very much so striving for perfection, and they're a lot more humble in that respect. I think Oliveira is the best example of that, right? Where Oliveira, he became the world champion, and he's like, I'm just a normal guy, like I'm just a normal man, you know, I'm just doing my best, I'm just playing my best games, like I still have room for improvement. Same with Serral, right? You hear from Serral, he's like, you know, my performance in the group stage was okay, but I could do better, right? That's usually like kind of their approach to things, is self-improvement, right? Is bettering themselves and looking to achieve, you know, more, right? Less so like being angry or spiteful or anything like that. Less of that. But now though, well, even like MaxPax, for example, was talking about how he's still looking to improve his own PvZ, right? Coming into this. It's all about improving, all about getting better, all about getting stronger. As for now, we are going to be moving out. Initially, Stargate opener into Oracle for MaxPax. Does hit the third base, headed towards the main. So far, Serral is keeping up. And we do have interesting an Evo Chamber opener out of Serral. Say it with me. +1 melee. +1 melee should be on the way here for Serral with the early Evo Chamber. This should lead into Ling Hydra. I say that even though I've said that twice so far tonight. With Reynor, we saw that Reynor, he went for an all-in game 1. He went for mutas in El Dorado as well. So even though I say this should be for Ling Hydra tech and Ling Hydra play, clearly there are other ways to follow this up. But because Serral is a little bit more standard, he's less spicy, I don't expect muta play out of him. I'm feeling Hydras, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on Serral. Behind this standard follow-up here out of MaxPax, going for a Twilight Council Robo Forge as well. I'm curious, actually, with an earlier Robo, this actually might be Charge instead of Blink. I'm curious. What do you have for us? What are we going for? Prism is on the way. Are we opening up Archon? We are. Okay, it's going to be Charge +1 and Archon production. This is not going to be Blink Stalkers. Welcome, one and all, to a trend that has been rising here amongst the European Protosses, amongst players like Cristiano, players like Mana as well, players like Creator for the Korean Protosses. Welcome to an Archon drop opener. Let's go. So this is going to be an Archon drop, looking to move out, hunt down Overlords, gain map control, and snowball out of control from here. This is how Mana did defeat Serral earlier in the Lil League Cup. Mana did force Serral to the ace match with this kind of style. And I'm sure MaxPax was watching. I'm sure he was watching. As the Prism has arrived and High Templar are morphing in. Here come the Templar, here come the Archons, here comes the drop. And again, the goal here is to maintain map control, hunt down Overlords, hunt down Workers, hunt down Queens, and deny creep. As the Archons have arrived, they do poke in, forcing back the Queens. They get one Queen goes down, massive pickoff. Getting a second Queen as well. Ooh, second Queen falls. Good start here for MaxPax. Behind this, we do see Serral investing into Roach production. We have Roach speed on the way. Overlord speed as well, setting up for drop Lords. Let's go. He's massing up his roaches. And Serral, he's cutting Workers here at 62. I'm curious if he joins up anymore. Does he make any Workers, or does he commit? Overlords are finishing up. Serral, he's supply blocked. Storm is on the way, and here come those drop lords I did mention. He's going for the all-in. It's going to be a Ling, Roach, Queen, drop lord all-in here out of Serral. Cutting workers at 62. That is just under 3-way saturation, and it's all or nothing. And so far, MaxPax, he has not seen this. MaxPax is in the dark. Storm may finish in time. It's going to be close. Archon's dropping into the mineral line. Roach army is spotted. And again, Serral, he has not made a drone in quite some time. Either he breaks MaxPax here and now he dies trying. It's all or nothing for Serral. And again, I wasn't really expecting Serral to go for an all-in game 1, but yeah, we're going for it. We're sending it back. Catching out the Oracle. Oracle does barely survive. Creep is spreading. Serral moving in. Going for the kill. Likewise, Ling drop towards the natural, Ling drop towards the main. Let's go, a tri-pronged attack. We have the main army causing a distraction. Storm is done, bear that in mind. Storms are available. Storms they pop off here on the Roach Ravager. Nice connection. Another Storm mainly zones away. Lings are dropped to the middle lines. Cannons, they're in position. Very nicely done. Very nice setup here by MaxPax. He's ready with the cannons. Roach Ravager diving in the stasis. Up! Ooh, massive stasis goes off. Oh my god! The main army is caught, and with that, Serral is running out of steam. Yes, he is maxed out, but most of his army is not doing anything. And MaxPax, he's holding. Forces back the queens, forces back the roaches. Serral is running out of steam. The stasis is about to run out. Can he surround the army? Needs more time. Needs a little bit more time, but MaxPax, he's all over this. We'll lose an Archon. One Archon goes down, but again, that's 4 Immortals. 4 Immortals for MaxPax. Serral trying to commit. Ooh, the brutal. Those are brutal storms. The storms are brutal. Oh, another storm popping up. And MaxPax, he's holding. He is holding on. He's got, what, 6 Immortals? Jesus. That is just so many. This Roach army, I mean, it just can't do much here. Takes out the Archon. Oh, not even. Files, they graze the Immortals. Diving on the main army. Nice juggling here by MaxPax. Once again, he just shuts down the Roaches. Files do connect. But remember, Serral, he was at 200 supply. He was up, what, 40, 50 army supply? And it doesn't matter. Again, the soup lies, papi. The soup does lie. And just like that, MaxPax, he holds, and MaxPax is getting ahead. He's skyrocketing ahead at this point. Serral is being outscaled. He's being outscaled over time here. It's getting worse and worse for the Zerg. He's just now droning, throwing down a Bailey Nest, getting to +2 melee. But this is all late for Serral. And MaxPax, he has the superior army. And he's snowballing out of control. He can just move out. He can A move at this point. He's moving out. And Serral barely has anything to defend. Again, we saw how close the fight was when Serral was up 50 supply. How does it look when they even in supply? That's just, it's not gonna be pretty. Let me tell you. As MaxPax, he's pushing in. Massive storm on the Ravagers. 4th base goes down, and honestly, MaxPax, he can just keep going. He can just keep pushing. Takes down the 4th, he can go for the 3rd. Drop load into the main. Distracting MaxPax, the cannon was dealt with. They can just keep going. There it is. GG gets called. There is nothing left for Serral after the failed all-in. He just got outscaled, and MaxPax takes a lead. GG. GG, well played. MaxPax does take a lead in the series. Again, I myself was shocked to see Serral go for an all-in. It's not really, so the videos that make plenty of sense as we're getting into game number 2. Hello? The Abyssal Reef. That's where we're headed now. That is where we're headed next. And here we go in the bottom right hand corner. We have MaxPax for Psystorm. In the top left, we have Serral for Basilisk. Here we go. And again, this map favors the mid game, favors the late game. It is a very defendable map. You're able to get up to your 2, 3, 4, 5 base setup here. I do think that this is going to favor MaxPax coming into this, and the pressure is going to be on Serral to fight back. to fight back and to try to overcome the map and MaxPax. Oh boy. It's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy here. I'm unopposed. I am opposed. I'm opposed to Serral going for an all-in 2 games in a row. I don't think that's going to be a wise move here, especially on Abyssal Reef. So I expect to see something different. If we see aggression, maybe it's going to be, you know, off of 3 or 4 bases. We could definitely see that. We could see Serral trying to pull MaxPax apart. But again, it is going to be very difficult to do that here on Abyssal Reef. So I'm excited to see what his answer is to the problem that is MaxPax on this map. Here we go. And so far we are going to be settling in. Based on the pylon placements, we could see something different. I mean, it should be a Stargate opener, but the pylon is closer to the main base instead. As a result, we might see a Void Ray opener instead of an Oracle. True. May see that out of MaxPax, as the Stargate has been placed. Is routed across the map. Okay. Is routed across. Should be an Oracle. For now, Serral getting to his hatch gas pool, droning up, saturating his bases, and soon to be embracing a third. Here we go. As the Stargate is done, we have our initial unit of choice. What do you have for us, MaxPax? What's it going to be? Adapter Shade in. It is going to be the Oracle. Oracle opener out of our Protoss. Serral still droning, and we're just going to be embracing a longer game state here. As we mentioned, we don't really expect too much aggression here on Abyssal Reef. It's just difficult to make work. If you recall, last time we cast on this map was Reynor versus herO, where Reynor went for a Link Queen Night Assault in, but again, it took a really long time to really get going, and it kind of petered out a little bit faster as well. The map isn't doing you any favors if you do try to be aggressive. As Serral pokes in, does get eyes on the third. Is aware of the opener, aware of the build. Forcing back the Oracle. Not bad, just keeping MaxPax busy. Keeping him busy back at home. Behind us, Serral settling in. Droning, we have the Queens in position at the natural base. Spores are finishing up as well. The Oracles have been activated, but so far Serral should be able to keep up. As the Queens are ready. And behind this, a Forge and a Twilight Council looks like +1 and Blink. Last game we saw MaxPax open up with an Archon drop. Here, standard opener into +1 and Blink Stalkers. If this were to be another Archon drop, we'd be seeing a Robo already. And there is no Robo. Nice flyby though, catching 4 drones. 4 workers going down. MaxPax, he pulls away. Safety Roach Horn timing. 5-minute Roach Horn here for Serral. Just being safe. This time there's no early Evo Chamber, no early +1 melee. Instead, just straight Roaches. Which is a little bit surprising. Do you have a Gateway Explosion? I believe we're getting up to 5, maybe 6 gateways here for MaxPax. We'll keep an eye on that to see if he throws out any more. So far, he's settling in. I mean, if MaxPax were to be the one to be hyper-aggressive here, I mean, that would be a nice twist to things on Abyssal. To maybe catch Serral being too greedy. Well, the Queens, they do engage. You do have that safety Roaches on the way. Evo Chamber +1. From here, we're keeping an eye out to see if MaxPax takes gases and goes for a 4th base. There it is. Gases are being taken. He is macroing up. With this MaxPax, he can now afford either further tech into Storm or into Disruptors, one or the other. Link Scout does confirm the gases, so Serral knows. And Serral responds with a Spire. Throws down the Spire instantly. He is safe to do so. Now, this Spire opener here, the Spire response, I do like quite a bit, but of course there's Blink Stalkers. You know, there is a lot of anti-air available. We'll see if it goes unscattered. Oh no, we lost Serral! No! I just realized. We lost the cams. Ah. His posture, though, looking good. Staring down MaxPax. Ah. As MaxPax, he's poking in. Again, he has no intention to commit. He's taking up into Charge, into +1, into Archon and Storm. Is taking up. Serral, he makes sure there is no fourth. There should be. No fourth base yet. MaxPax rotating around. Just applying pressure, picking up wings. Again, good trades. Just good trades overall. Stasis is faded out, and he does force the blink. And Serral holds. Again, just a dance here between the main armies. Nothing too really committed, nothing too intense. Spire is unscouted, and we have 10 mutas on the way. Okay, we're back. Serral is back. And MaxPax, he has no idea. Again, still taking up. Robo's on the way. Storm has begun. Is getting a safety cannon, thankfully, at the natural. Safety cannon's on the way. Serral, he commits across the map. Now, this should just be to distract. To keep MaxPax on the ground army. Away from the mutas. But the cannon is done. I believe the main base is exposed. As that is going to be 10 mutas. Dipping into the main. Yeah, no cannon in position. Probe's going to be going down. So far, good damage here by Serral. Does get in. That's already going to be 6 probes going down. Already quite successful. Rotates over towards a third. Gets another 2 probes. 8 in total. Ooh. Will bleed out a handful of mutas, but so far so good. Again, he's keeping MaxPax busy. Behind this, Serral taking into Hydras and Lurkers and Hive. So Hive and Lurker tech on the way here for Serral. He just needs more time. Needs more time to tech up. Muta's keeping the army busy. MaxPax is being active. I mean, Serral, he is vulnerable. Uh-oh. Serral, he's maxed out. He's maxed out with a subpar army. Once again, he needs time for Lurkers. MaxPax does need more time. Muta's getting caught out. Nicely done. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3. Ooh. 2 mutas go down. MaxPax pushing in. Does move in. Mutas, they do catch out one of the Archons. Decent storm. There's what, at least 3 storms left? At least. So plenty of storms available. Nice surround here. Nice setup by Serral. Does collapse in. Massive storms though. Oh my god. Storms they pop up. There's still more storms left. Serral, he's in trouble. Files, they do connect. MaxPax pushing in. Going for the expansion. Again, he has a storm. When the storm does connect. So the final storm. Storm does connect once again. Muse, they dive in. And MaxPax is going to be forced back. He's out of storms. And without them, Serral holds. Whew. Oh, god. The stasis, though. But Serral, he should hold on. He forces back the army. He saves the expansion, only losing 2 drones. Very nicely done here. Serral, he defends. And now he gets away with Lurker tech. In a much better position. And that was a big commitment here by MaxPax. He lost everything. He saved his Stalkers, yes, but he lost the War Prism, lost the High Templar. And now Serral, he's maxed. He's maxed this time with a much greater army with Lurkers. Hive upgrades on the way, of course. We can see MaxPax now taking into Sky Toss, but this is late. There's a late Fleet Beacon, late Sky Toss. Serral has momentum. He's moving in. Again, that push from MaxPax had to do more damage. He had to at least break the expansion, but he didn't. Didn't get the base. Lurkers have arrived. Dancing with the army. Lurkers get behind the mineral line. Probes going down. Mining is denied. Fleet Beacon just now about to finish. Just now finishing up. MaxPax trying to respond. Will take down the Lurkers. Gets one, he gets two. The main army pushes in. Ooh, one Lurker goes down. But again, MaxPax not quite ready, not quite in position. And Serral is going for the natural. At least trying to. Is within range. Is getting within range. Slowly pushing in. Likewise, Zealot Rumbai is going to be deflected. So he defends. He defends back at home. We do get a nice surround though. Ooh, but still some rough trades here for MaxPax. Does lose the Stalkers. Will shut down the Lurkers at least. They try to waddle away. And two of them will escape, just barely. They try to get away. Once again, there's Serral. He is Max. Diving in the army, catching out one High Templar. Mothership's on the way for MaxPax. And so he is still yet to break a base. He wants one though. Does want an expansion. Once again behind the mineral line. He's going for the fourth. Coming in from both angles. And MaxPax, he has to retreat. Has to pull away. This expansion, it should go down. Yeah, it should be falling at the same. Yeah, the expansion does fall at the same time. So he rotates over towards the natural, busts into the mineral line. He has control of the ramp, and he's just pulling MaxPax apart. He has done it. He has pulled it off. Oh, the spine's just brutal. The High Templar going down. The Mothership comes in, but too little, too late. There is detection. And MaxPax, he crumbles. GG gets called. Serral ties up the series 1-1. GG. GG, well played, and not an easy game. Not an easy game here for Serral. Again, he was pinned against the wall. We saw that MaxPax had momentum on his way, but the Muta opener, the Spire play here, I should say, for Serral was actually quite well done. Did kill a lot of workers, did distracted by time. We saw that it was still quite close though, and MaxPax almost broke Serral before Lurker Tech. That was the best moment, the best opportunity for MaxPax, but he barely did not break through. He did not get into all the bases, did not touch the economy, and Serral held. He got into Lurker Tech, and he snowballed from there. A big reason for this is because MaxPax was basically all in. MaxPax, he had decided to delay any tech. He decided to delay his upgrades, delay his his Skytoss tech as well, in favor of trying to kill Serral. As we get into game number 3. And spawning in the right hand corner, we have ley lines. On ley lines, we have MaxPax. In the bottom left, we have Serral for Basilisk. Here we go. But yes, this is all via clean feed. And it's thanks to the clean feed that we're able to have our player cams, for example. MaxPax looking well rested. You know, he just woke up. Ready to game. Surrounded by the Dragon Balls. Love to see it. As we have our initial hatch gas pool, standard opener out of Serral. Likewise, MaxPax settling in as well. We go. It means when things go wrong, we can say it wasn't our fault. True, true. Kappa. I mean, there's rarely any production issues when it comes to WTL. I mean, sometimes the clean feed is a little bit dirty, but that's because, as you can imagine, when it comes to the SCBoy production team, they have to filter it through a VPN, and sometimes it's a little bit unstable. That has occurred in WTL before, where the clean feed is just buffering and dropping, but it's more of a rarity. Thankfully, it is more of a rarity here. Was the feed dirty or clean? Ah. Today it's clean. Today they have washed, papi. They have washed their feed. It's all good. Oh, no. But now that we are settling in. And again, as we load into ley lines, aggressive play is more viable here on this map, just because the rush distance by ground is shorter and the bases are more exposed and more vulnerable here compared to Abyssal Reef. So we could see either player be more aggressive. And that does include Serral. As a reminder, if you were here for game 1, Serral did go for an all-in on Amygdala. Did fail, but he went for it. So clearly he's willing to go all-in, willing to be aggressive against MaxPax. Not saying he has to, but, you know, it's on the table. Has been proven. Behind this, MaxPax is going for a Stargate opener initially into a third base. We'll keep an eye on the timing of the Twilight Council and the Forge to see if MaxPax does head into a different direction. Here we go. But yes, it is sometimes a little bit frustrating when the player names aren't inverted or they aren't aligned with where they are on the map. It happens. It happens. It can sometimes be confusing when casting. True. Happens from time to time. Yeah, but it's fine. We make do. We make do. As MaxPax is taking his third, likewise is being active on the map, threatening a dive. It's going to be on Serral to keep up. See shades into the mineral line, clearing up some creep. Tumors are going down. He does miss the one active tumor, just barely. This time, fast Eva Chamber out of Serral, going into +1 melee. And part of me wants to be like, oh, fast +1 melee. Ling Hydra? We have yet to experience Ling Hydra so far in this series, so we'll hold on that. We'll hold off on that, I should say. But at least it's going to be very Ling focused. Can lead into, of course, Spire and Mutas, into Hydras, into Roaches for support. Keep an eye on Serral. Behind this Forge and the Twilight Council, this should be +1 and Blink. Remember, typically if it's an Archon-based opener, we should be seeing a delayed Forge and a faster Robo. Likewise, if it's going to be Adepts, we wouldn't see a Forge. And if it was going to be Charge, I feel like we'd be seeing this a little bit earlier as well. We'll keep an eye on MaxPax. As we have the 4-gate explosion behind this. Getting up to 6 gateways. On 3 bases. Overlord Scout will confirm the tech. There's +1 on the way. And there is Blink. So far, so standard. To have a 5-minute lair timing at a Serral, so nicely timed lair. Still no Roach Warren, bear that in mind. The longer this goes on without a Roach Warren, the more I'm leaning towards a Ling Hydra. Which again, we haven't seen yet today out of Serral, but this would be his moment. There it is, safety Roach Warren, never mind. Roach Warren has in place. Now this could just be for show. Typically, you want a Roach Warren at around 5 minutes, so if your opponent is being aggressive, if MaxPax was going for charge instead, then you would have access to Roaches to defend. Ooh, but if you saw that, I believe the Roach Warren was cancelled. Yeah, it did cancel the Roach Warren, starts up the main list, does realize that it's going to be Blink Stalkers, does not need Roaches, which means we should be working towards that further tech, that lair tech, that Hydra Den. Or Spire, true. Like, technically, this could also be Spire play. But it is usually risky to go purely Ling Bane Muta. And there it is, there's the Hydra Den. Ling Hydra from Serral. Let's go. Now, basically what's happening here is that Serral, he's skipping tech. He's skipping Roaches, he's skipping Roach speed and Roach-based upgrades, all in favor of cutting corners, going to faster Hydras, into potentially faster Infestation Bit, into faster Lurkers. That is an option. But now MaxPax moving in. +1 range on the way. Is applying pressure. Serral, he has a lot of Lings across the map. Bailing's morphing in as well, going for the mineral line, and we'll see if MaxPax can keep up. We'll see if he can hold. MaxPax, he does notice. Stalkers, it gets surrounded. Blink is not done. Uh-oh. Yeah, Blink is not yet done. So nice engaged. Stalkers are going to be shut down. Blink just now finishing. Shield battery under fire. Banelings, they do not crash in. Not yet. But still lost mining time for MaxPax. And Serral, he saves the Banelings. Does save them. Being active with those lings. Forces a recall as MaxPax, he was about to be surrounded. He was about to be shut down. Does get the hell out of there. And Serral holds. He does hold on, and what does he get away with? He gets away with Hydras. We have a Hydra range on the way, +1, and there is the Infestation Pit. This tells us that, again, Serral, he's thinking about Lurkers. You don't get a Hive, or you don't get Infestation Pit without Hive in the mind, without Lurkers as well. So Serral is rushing into Lurker tech. There is going to be a window, though, where Serral is vulnerable. Before he gets Lurkers, MaxPax could try to break out. If you remember, it was a very similar story on Abyssal Reef, where MaxPax, he tried to break and kill Serral before Lurkers, and he failed to do so. As Storm is almost done. Serral, he's looking to max out, droning up, getting his 4th base saturated. There's the tech, Hive, and the Lurker Den. And it looks like MaxPax, he will move out first. What I mean by that, War Prism's on the way. Storm's popping up. Ooh, on the Lings. Nice Storms. Saves the High Templar. Oof. 1 High Templar goes down. And does force an Archon. Nice moves here by Serral. Very nice damage. And again, all that Serral's doing is trying to buy time. He's just trying to buy time for Lurker tech. Meanwhile, the Prism has arrived, which means MaxPax, he should soon be pushing. Should soon be moving out. As the War Prism is here to reinforce. There we go, there's that move out. But is it too late? Now, thankfully, this time MaxPax, he is so fast to throw down the Fleet Beacon. Fleet Beacon's on the way. That should be for the Mothership. That should be for Skytos. Much sooner compared to Abyssal Reef. But doesn't matter because Lurkers are morphing in. Prism towards the north side. Serral's ready. He has plenty of Ling Bane. Likewise, MaxPax, he pokes in, runs into more Lings. Lurker upgrades are on the way. And Serral, he's defending. Does roll in towards the mineral line. Ooh, doesn't quite connect. Lurkers are revealed. Spire is on the way. I believe this should be set up for Corruptors, for Skytos. So very fast tech out of Serral, as he is maxed out. Oh, leaving out 1 Lurker. 1 Lurker goes down. Serral once again going for a Baneling Rumba. There is a Stasis. Stasis does go off. Massive connection on the Lings and on the Banelings. Very nice setup here. Very nice defense. 2 more Stargates on the way. That's going to be triple Stargate production. Fleet Beacon is done. Mothership in production as well. MaxPax, he just needs a little bit more time to embrace that Skytos. He's almost there. Likewise, with all these Lurkers morphing in, Serral, he should soon be pushing out. He should soon be committing. As both armies are maxed. Lings are being shot down. Nice Storms. As MaxPax, he's just purely teching. He's just teching up. Getting more upgrades. Greater Spires on the way. Lings, they hit the center expansion. Banelings rolling in as well. Not quite. Serral pulls back. Lurkers moving forward. Again, the Skytos is not ready yet. A Storm swapping up. He takes down 2 of the Lurkers. But Lings, they hit the expansion. Ooh, that is a kill. It's a kill, not a cancel. That's we go here by Serral. Mothership is revealed. Corruptors are already on the way. And again, Serral, he's not really committing to any kind of major aggression. He's just slowly refining his army. Taking up. Getting +2. Getting the Greater Spire. 13 Corruptors. Just focusing on purely Ling Bane harass instead. Does roll in. Oh! Later reaction here by MaxPax. Losing 5 workers. Serral, he rotates, going for the fresh mining base. Getting the 5th. Trying to contain MaxPax. As the Tempest kind of is getting higher, Corruptors are revealed. We're still lacking air upgrades here for Serral, which is a little bit concerning. He has the Greater Spire, but no +1. There it is. +1 flyer attack. Neural as well for the Infestors. Burrow being researched. Serral getting ready for the late game. Is getting ready. Army gets spotted. Does Serral have enough? Now no major commitments. Ling Bane coming in from the right hand side, sorry from left. Does come in for a flank. Forcing out the Storms. Storms are looking good. They shut down the Banelings just barely. But some Templar do go down. He dives on the Tempest. The Tempests are exposed. Where's the Mothership? And Mothership's not here. The main army towards the left hand side. And the Tempest count is going to be reset. Massive catch here for Serral. Doesn't quite get all the Tempest though. Yeah, some of the Tempests do survive. Top left hand base goes down. At the same time, Zealot run by 10 drones falling. And Serral is just not quite in position. Does rotate. Is trying to. Serral getting pulled apart. Tempest army moves in. Serral having a hard time. And the expansion, it's going to go down. Massive pickup. Takes down the base. Lings, they come in first round. Do we have a Storm? Not quite. And there's the recall. Another Tempest falls. As MaxPax, he does move in towards the center. Lurkers not quite where they need to be. So going for a counterattack, going for the Nexus. Nexus should be going down. Yeah, even with all these Tempests, doesn't matter. The base falls, containing MaxPax on 4 bases. Likewise, Serral trying to expand. Trying to stabilize. Get intense fights on both sides. Could still go either way. Max actually still maintains most of his Tempests. Somehow he saved most of them. Making more Tempest. Getting to his Sky Toss High Templar Archon army. He's getting there. Uh-oh. As Serral's going for a Doom Drop, but the Tempest are here. Oh! Does distract. Tempest, they missed the drop just barely. Oh my god. He gets in. He's going for the main. Recall is on cooldown. Was just used on the Tempest, if you remember. But that might have been the Mothership recall. I'm not too certain. Lings, they hit the center expansion. MaxPax pushing in. And do we commit? And Cloak going to be activated. Corruptors, they dive on the Mothership. Mothership is going to go down. Nice pickup. Mothership does fall at the same time. The main base is on fire. The Stargates, the Fleet Beacon, the Nexus all going down. And MaxPax, he's committed. He's pushing on the left hand side. Drop Lord's getting away. Corruptors have arrived. 6th Infestors on the way as well. Remember, Neural is research. He has Neural available. He can Neural. Again, the Archons are making things a little bit awkward when it comes to engaging. Instead, Serral threatening a run by. Gotta be forced back. MaxPax taking down another expansion. I mean, both armies are still maxed out. And MaxPax, he has the greater bank. More bases falling. Serral, he's struggling. He doesn't really have much map presence. Another base goes down. Oh. Serral's down to 5 bases. And MaxPax, he finally gets a 4th. Or a 5th even. Jesus. On 5 bases. And Serral, he's struggling, to be honest. He's burning through his bank. Sure, he killed a bunch of buildings in the main, but that may not matter. as he has no economy. He has no resources here. Serral, he's down to 69 workers. Nice, but not really. it's not really much of an economy. Spores going down. There's potential with these neurals. He's coming in. What does he go for? The Tempest. Tempest get neuraled. He kills one. And we'll take down the others. Ooh, massive storms going off. Tempest do go down. And how many are left? Like, what, 3 Tempest? So, very nice fight here by Serral. I believe MaxPax did not rebuild all of his Stargates, but there we go. 2 Tempest on the way. And MaxPax, he should have this. As what's important, even though he's been bleeding out some Tempest here, he has a bank. He can rebuild. Serral cannot. This all comes down to just a lack of expansions, a lack of economy for Serral. You can see here, no mining in the center base. Nice. Oh my, nice fungal. Very nice fungal. Broodlord's morphing in. MaxPax rotating. Yeah, he's going to be rotating, and again, all MaxPax has to do is just deny the base, deny the expansions, deny the bases here of Serral. That is his win condition. He doesn't have to push in. So he's trying to mine, emphasis on trying. Losing more workers. Broodlords have morphed in. Let's go. We have a tented Broodlord Infestor. I still do favor the Tempest setup though. As mining is denied. Takes down the gas guys or takes down more drones. MaxPax, he rotates back around. Losing a handful of workers, but he should be able to expand. Likewise, Serral double expanding himself. No, won't be able to. What is that? 7 Tempest. Now, despite things looking bleak for Serral, he can take a fight. It comes down to the neurals. Like, if he can engage, if he can neural the Tempest and turn the tables here on MaxPax, he can take a fight. But it's not going to be easy. Storms A zone back the army, once again getting on top of the low ground expansion. Denying mining. Oh, fungal goes off. Likewise, being run by across the map. 2 Eye Templar going down, and 2 Archons. Very nice pickoffs. 2 Archons and 2 Eye Templars. Efficient trades here by Serral. MaxPax losing an expansion. Being run by is attempted. Table the turns. Table them. Table everything. Viper on the way as well. Basically, Serral is hoping for one big fight to go his way. But MaxPax just has to play it slow. Just play it slow. Take down base after base. Ooh. Catching out some of those lurkers. Fungal going off, getting 1 Archon, getting an Immortal as well. Not bad. Gets an Immortal, gets a 2nd Archon. Lurkers towards the top side. MaxPax out of position. There's the recall. Serral has to get the hell out of there. Does pull away. Center expansion getting very low. It's getting low. MaxPax, he can go for the snipe. Still more infestors loading in, or spawning in even. Infestor's coming in for a flank. Oh, they're going for the Neurals. Fungal does connect. There's the recall. Whew. Saves the army. One Tempest goes down. And we have a recall towards the south, actually. And he's going for the base. He's going for the kill. This expansion is going to go down. And we're going for the base trade. Serral here commits, trading a base for a base. Oh, the mineral line. No, the drones. The drones are left behind. Infestor's that potential. Fungal going up. There's a counter slow zone. Tempest, they shut down those lurkers, or at least they can. Although Microbial Shroud. Let's go. Meanwhile, that's 22 drone kills. The economy for Serral is in shambles. The Microbial Shroud does nothing against this many Tempest. Tempest, they pop off, taking down another base. Still better trades for MaxPax. And again, MaxPax, he still has a bank. Could do with some warp-ins, but again, he has a bank. There we go, 5 High Templar warping in. Northern base was denied, but we can just expand towards the south. And Serral's army isn't getting any bigger. It's not getting bigger here. He's down to what, just under a two base economy. So he wants those Neurals. Oh, feedback's going up. Nice feedbacks. Tempest moving in. Just bullying the army. And at this point, I was talking about Serral looking for a big fight. He's hoping that MaxPax makes a mistake at this point. Like, MaxPax, if he doesn't make any mistakes, he should take this. Like, Serral is hoping for an overextension. Hoping that the army's left idle. Or, like, again, like, he has a pretty decent army here for a good fight, but, like, it has to go overwhelmingly in Serral's favor to keep going. Oh! Here come the Infestors. Do threaten. Worker goes down. You can see he's fishing for those fungals. Hoping to catch out his opponents. Serral does take another base, but here comes the army. Nice revelations. Ooh. Catching a Broodlord. Mothership can go for the recall. Corruptors are on patrol. Corruptors, a pull away. Decent fungal, goes for a neural. There's the recall. And I believe that's the recall towards the south. Yeah, towards the south. Going for the bases. Serral out of position. Does catch a couple of oracles. And from here, MaxPax, he can snipe this base and then recall again. Shows the recall. Up. Pulls back. There it is. He's stacked. From here, he could recall, but no, he just walks back. Can still be active. Has a recall if he needs it. Still taking more bases, double expanding. Serral's main army is still looking terrifying. Like, one good fight is all the Serral needs. How many Infestors? 8. 8 Infestors, soon to be 9. 9th Infestor on the way. Technically, he could neural every Tempest. More importantly, though, he should be neuraling the Archons and a handful of Tempests as well. Could always try to neural a High Templar and feedback the others. Again, there's a lot of options. As the center expansion is going to be denied. Oh! Do you see MaxPax coming in for a plank? He tries to. Base goes down. As carriers are on the way. MaxPax still just refining his army. Poking in. As it's one of those things where, like, both players are doing the correct thing. It's like Serral, he has to wait for the best fight possible. He cannot engage ahead of time. Otherwise, things just going to go south. Speaking of, a lot of lurkers going to be going down. Ooh, expensive losses here for Serral. Is that 3-4 lurkers falling? Main armies almost clash. Catching an Oracle. Nice pickup. Without an Oracle, no more Revelations. We have another Oracle on the way. Broodlords, they head towards the northern base. And they're forcing MaxPax to respond. And you have to save the expansion. Tempest, they do poke forward. They catch one Brood. They get a Broodlord. Corruptor's there. Extend. Corruptor goes down. But the Nexus is going to fall. At the same time, though, Max actually does gain ground towards the south. Impressive. Gets another Broodlord. Moving in. Okay, just pulling several apart. So just having a hard time keeping up. Oh, Tempest. He has to back off. There's one Neural. One Tempest goes down. Gets Neural another. The Chain Fungals. Massive catch. There's a recall, but Alessi won't be able to save us. 3-4 Tempest going down. Very nice catch. And can Serral keep going? He's going for it. Does go for it. Takes out all the stack defense. Looking for another Tempest. Barely doesn't get one. But a very nice fight here for Serral. Killed what? 4 Tempest. Likewise taking down another expansion as well. Oh, just barely not. But Max actually has to rebuild his Tempest army. Making 3 Tempests at a time. I mean, Serral, he did have some resources. Oh, Storm's going up. And he's going for the dive. He commits. Corruptors, they go in. They go for one of the carriers. They get the mothership as well. And can he break through? Nice Neurals. Neurals on the carriers. And Serral, he will barely take this fight. The Neurals, they do run out. Tempest, they pull away. But there's still a terrifying army here for Serral. He's pushing in. And he still has a couple of Neurals. Oh. Can still Neural. Can still Fungal. Neural going off in the Archon. And Fester goes down. Storm from behind. This army, what are we doing out here? MaxPax is going to lose everything. Yeah, the Archons, the Immortals, massive pickups. Serral, can he send it? Can he keep going? He's had enough waiting. Oh my god. Nice Fungal. Very nice Fungal. Chain Fungal as well. Where are the power bombs? Not quite. Fungal runs out. Tempest, they kite away. And Serral, he will take down the expansion. At the same time, though, MaxPax, he still has a bank to work with. But he needs gas. Does need more Tempest. Oh. The Corruptors do overextend. Oh no! Oh my god. Massive Archon shot. Archon shot goes off, and GG gets called! Despite having a bit of a bank here, Serral, he does take it back. Oh my god. You can see Serral, he's like, phew. Did you see that face? He's like, oh my god, get me out of here. The El Dorado. I thought MaxPax was winning. He was. You thought so because he was. Yes, that is true. He was winning. He was doing well. I mean, we saw a lot of moments go awry for MaxPax. We'll get into it. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have MaxPax for Sidestorm Gaming. In the bottom right, we have Serral for Basilisk. But there's a lot that went wrong real quick, if you recall. One, there was some big fungals caught out the Tempest. But if you remember, we saw that MaxPax, it looked like he was trying to flank the army with his High Templar and Archons. If you recall, he had like 3 High Templar and 3 Archons and an Immortal. They got caught out in the open, and that got cleaned up as well. Like, there was just a really chaotic turn of events. It was like a chaotic like minute or two, where just everything went south for MaxPax. Where Serral, he dove on the main army, caught out the Tempest, caught out some of the ground toss as well, took down the base, got another wave of fungals. If you recall, MaxPax, he tried to recall to save some of his Tempest and he failed to do so. He lost like 3 Tempests in the process as well. Like, a lot happened real quick. And GG, well played with that. Serral, he is a 1 game away from taking the series. I noticed that Serral got bathing speed kind of late. Does he always do that or a mistake? Bathing speed isn't really too important in this matchup. Bathing speed is only a factor when it comes to harassing. When it comes to like harassing mineral lines, it's not really a part of the main army. So that was intentional. Like it's not a priority really. I guess it depends on your army composition. If Serral was going Ling Bane Roach Ravager, then sure, but it's not really too much of a factor. Like, you're better spending your gas elsewhere. Especially early on. Oh. Sorry, just settling in. Just settling in from here. Behind this, another standard opener going for the Stargate. Going for a gate expand into Stargate out of MaxPax. And we'll see how our players do play this out. Now, welcome one and all to El Dorado, a very unique map in the map pool. Depending on how you expand, it does kind of dictate the pace of the game. We can see Serral expanding towards his opponent, towards MaxPax. And MaxPax, I believe, has yet to mine through those minerals, and as a result, may expand towards the top side instead. Now, if both players expand towards each other, it can favor all-ins. We've seen a lot of all-ins work quite well here on this map if both players go for the triangular location. Otherwise, we could see something different here. Void Ray open out of MaxPax. Now, we have seen MaxPax rush into Tempest more than once on El Dorado. The reason why this works, of course, is because of the short rush distance by ground. Very short rush distance by ground. It's going to be a Void Ray open out of MaxPax. Now, we know that he's gone into Tempest here before. Serral does as well, and that is the purpose of the Void Ray. The Void Ray is not really designed, I mean, it can lead you into Tempest, or it can fake it out and hide your tech. That's what's important here. Serral, upon seeing this Void Ray in the back of his mind, is it a Fleet Beacon? Is it a Twilight Council? Is it something aggressive? Is it something crazy? Or is it a standard game? Is it a standard setup? The power of the Void Ray is that it does shroud you in ambiguity, and it does keep you hidden from your opponent. As the Void Ray is hunting down Overlords, denying the vision here of Serral. MaxPax going for the linear third. Does expand towards the top side. And we'll see if he goes for any early tech. Speaking of early tech, that's an Evo Chamber out of Serral. That should be for +1 melee. +1 melee on the way. Or at least it should be. Void Ray taking a lot of hits. The Nexus is almost halfway done. It looks like MaxPax is not hiding any tech. Otherwise, we would have seen something by now as 3 drones go down. Very nice damage. Very nice pickup. The Oracle does survive, catches a couple of active tumors, and pulls away. Meanwhile, ooh, MaxPax, he missed the Overlord. Serral, he slips in, and Serral, he sees everything in the main. Or I should say, he sees that there is nothing in the main. He also confirms that there's nothing being made from the Stargate, so he knows that it's going to be more or less, you know, gateway focused. Is where there's no Sky Toss. Behind this, there's melee, as we mentioned. We do have a 5-minute lair here out of Serral. Standard timings into, of course, the bit of a later Roach Warren. Just being safe. We can see Serral attempting to go for the gold. Ooh, I believe the tumor is in the way, which is a little bit unfortunate. As one drone goes down, Serral going for the linear fourth instead. Going for the 4th expansion. We have a bit of a gateway explosion behind this for MaxPax, going to +1 and blink. So far, so good. Oh, share, my papi, share, my. Serral, he's still trying to be active here with his Lings. 20 more Lings in production. With this, he can threaten the 3rd and threaten the 4th. Ooh, into a fast infestation pit. That I was not expecting. Now, okay, something that we have seen from Zerg players, I was mentioning earlier, because of the terrain of the map, we sometimes see Sky Toss. Suddenly, something like Swarm Host and something like Nidus Swarm Host is viable here. Some Zerg players are very fond of it. Players like Shin, players like Dark. Is Serral willing? Against +1 Blink Stalkers, I'm not too fond of the idea of Swarm Host, but he has +1 range on the way, and I do not see a Hydra Den. Curious. Is Serral willing? I mean, I feel like if we were going Swarm Host, we would already see a Nidus Swarm by now. Hive. Okay. Is going into Hive. So fast Hive, and now into a Hydra Den. Now, this looks like the Hydra Den is really just there to tech into Lurkers. He doesn't really want to invest too heavily here into a Hydra-based army. As Serral, this Hive is much faster than last game. So very fast Hive here by Serral. We'll see if we can make use of it. Lings, they hit the 4th. They go for this round. Can they force a cancel? Not quite. MaxPax in position. 20 more Lings in production. Storm is on the way. Once again, MaxPax taking the same direction. There's no Immortals, there's no Colossus, no Disruptors. Just +1 blink into Storm and Archons. Meanwhile, Hydra upgrades on the way. Oh, the efficiency, oh my god. MaxPax, calm down. We have 7 Hydras being morphed in. Hive is almost done. I believe, did we miss the Lurker Den? It should be on the way. As you do not need the Hive for Lurkers. There it is, Lurker Den just now being morphed in. This is a late Lurker Den for Serral, considering his resources. So MaxPax, he does have a window where he can try to break Serral before Lurkers are ready. Oh. MaxPax will push in. Massive Storm. Storm on the Lings. Prism has arrived. And Serral is vulnerable. Uh-oh. He is vulnerable here. Again, Serral, he has to buy time for Lurkers. As Lurker Den is halfway done. MaxPax pushing in, clearing up creep. Going for the bases. Serral, he rotates. There are at least 3 storms. At least 3 storms available. First one gets run down. Does zone. Does zone the army. Prism's keeping up. Serral trying to set up a surround. Fleet Beacon is on the way. The first wave of Lurkers are morphing in. 3 Lurkers so far. So far, MaxPax doesn't quite commit. Pushing forward. Show us those storms. And first storm, not too bad. Getting us up with the Hydras. Yeah, another storm as well. The Hydras are taking a lot of hits. It looks like there is enough here. There is enough here to defend. Serral, he holds on. He shuts down the High Templar. Takes out the Void Ray. And he holds. Oh, he does hold on. And now he can embrace Lurker Tech. There we go. 7 Lurkers on the way. And how the turns do table. What do we have here? Serral's going to be the first to max out with Hive Tech Lurkers. And now MaxPax has to survive until Sky Toss. Now it is the kind of opposite dynamic here, where MaxPax has to defend and max out with Tempest. 2 more Stargates on the way. First Tempest in production. MaxPax, he needs time. Does need time. This Zealot drop has potential just to distract his opponent. Ooh, the goal base is getting up and running. But Serral, he does get eyes on the Prism. So far, so good. Going for his own Dropper Lords even. Okay. Dropper Lords towards the main. There are Blink Stalkers ready. Uh-oh. as he's committing to a Doom Drop. That is what, 6 lurkers. I'll be honest, I'm not too confident, considering the army that's waiting for him, but bold move. Storm goes off, shuts down the Lings. Ooh, drop into the main, 2 lurkers go down instantly. Yeah, Serral shaking his head. Not too happy about that. Does rotate towards the natural instead. MaxPax out of position. Drop lords do unload, getting to the natural. Lurkers, they force their way between the bases. So far, good positioning here by Serral. Takes down one of the Tempest. Tempest goes down. Immortal goes down. Serral, he's pushing in. So far, good angle, that is true, but does he have enough? Yeah, the storms are too much. Lurkers are going down. MaxPax holds. MaxPax, he does hold. Serral feels quite committed there. He has to back off. Starts up the Greater Spire. Greater Spire on the way. 12 Corruptors. And once again, just like the previous game, both players have survived, and now we're getting into the late game. We're embracing the late game. Gonna be Hydra, Lurker, Corruptor up against Skytoss with Storm support. Over time, Serral, he wants his Spellcasters, wants to get into Infestors, into Vipers, better upgrades. Likewise, MaxPax, he wants to refine his Skytoss army, building up more Tempest. We're getting there. As we are looking to cut the map in half. Now, thanks to the goal base, Serral, he will have more resources, true. We'll have more resources. Going for another Doom Drop. Bold move. What's the main looking like? Do we still have Stalkers? Is MaxPax still in position? I don't think he is. Lings, they distract. Serral going for the main. I mean, true, if Serral can take control of the production, he can take the game. It's a big Hail Mary play. There are some Stalkers ready for this, though. Some cannons as well. Uh-oh. Is diving in. MaxPax, he's reading this very nicely. For the most part, he does reposition with those Stalkers. Does reposition. Serral diving in. Stalkers, they respond. They take down one Drop Lord full of Lings. Lurkers do borrow. They do borrow in time. They take down the cannon. No detection. It's going for the production, going for the Stargates. MaxPax, he responds with everything. Everything turns back around. Corruptors, they try to catch up with the Tempest. He gets one. Oh, barely not. One Tempest falls. Delaying the main army. One Stargate goes down. Going for the other. And MaxPax going for the base trade. He sends everything across the map. I say everything, the ground army across the map, I should say. Lurkers, they go for at least a Nexus. Main base going down. Corruptors getting picked off. Oof. Going for the Tempest. Trying to at least. And Nidus is on the way. And there's only one Stargate left. One Stargate. Can he get it? Ah, not quite. MaxPax, he does hold, but it does cost him 16 probes. Oh no, the Corruptors! Oh, Corruptors, they run through the main army. Massive loss here for Serral. A lot of Corruptors going down. Did snipe 17 probes. $17 workers. MaxPax has to rebuild his production. Serral should be the first to remax. Getting into more upgrades. Nidus across the map as well. Oh, sorry, my apologies. Drop Lords, then followed by Nidus, I would imagine. Dropping off the Lings. The Doom Drop stages continue. Ooh, full Medevac goes down. Medevac, full Drop Lord goes down. Second Drop Lord as well. Yeah, brutal losses here for Serral. And where's that Nidus? Going for the Stargate, going for the Nexus. Nidus towards the top side. But MaxPax is in position, shuts it down. Does get the Stargate. And the expansion. Last more Stargates being rebuilt at the natural. MaxPax's main army still looking solid. MaxPax is still in this. Still very much so in this. Going for the gold. Serral trying to respond. Nice slow zone. Forces Serral back. Trying to get a better angle. And collapsing on the army, forcing out the storms. Storms on the lurkers. Corruptors, they dive in. And they're going for the mothership. And the mothership should eventually go down. Jesus, takes a lot of hits. Mothership does fall. Ground army crumbles. And Serral does catch MaxPax. And he takes down all the Tempest. Forces a recall. 3 Tempest escape. And what about the ground army? Oh my god. Archon volleys are brutal. The Archons, they hold their own just barely. A very close fight. MaxPax moving in. Going for the 30, runs into Lings. Ling reinforcements, they should be enough. Oh, barely not. Where are the lurkers? Where are the Hydras? Hydras are on the way. Serral, he's burning through his bank. Doesn't really have much left over. MaxPax so much faster rebuilt here with Corruptors. Sorry, with Zealots. Zealots reinforcing. And Serral, he's in trouble. He just can't really rebuild in time. Serral, he has no mineral bank. Lurkers are morphing in. MaxPax, he will take down top right. The base is going to fall. There's no saving it. And MaxPax, he might just have too much. Takes down the Nexus. Hatchery. You know what I mean. Hatchery goes down. MaxPax, he can just keep pushing. How many lurkers are there to defend? I feeling what, 4? Maybe? Nowhere near enough. 8 lurkers on the way. I need more time. Expansion should go down. Again, the Corruptor army was reset earlier. Without Corruptors, I mean, how do you stop the Tempest? No, you don't. You don't stop the Tempest. 19 drone kills. Base goes down. There's a handful of Corruptors left over, but not enough. Yeah, and Serral is just being pulled apart. He has no money. He has no bank. And we are looking to force the ace match. Unlike the previous game, MaxPax, he has enough of a lead. Is further ahead than previously. Has still an insane army. Serral's still going for the Nidus into the main, doing whatever he can to try to force back the army. But again, it should not matter. Neural's being researched. Base is going to go down. Nice Fungal. Fungal does pop up. But where's the follow-up? Where's the follow-up at this point? Corruptors, they do what they can. Nice kiting here from MaxPax. And there's what? 3 Corruptors left. Oof, down to 2. 2 Corruptors. And Serral's just being overwhelmed. You can see him shaking his head there on cams. It's not looking good. No, not this time. And even though Serral, he just stripped the game away from MaxPax last time, not this time. No shot. I mean, Serral, now he has Neural, now he has some Infestors. True, there is potential. Diving into the main. Forcing back MaxPax, or at least trying to. But the Protoss just has to focus on the push. Focus on the main army. There are 3 Infestors, sorry, 4. 4 Infestors. Oh, the storms are brutal, and GG gets called. MaxPax, he ties up the series. We're going to the ace match. Whew, GG, oh my god. GG, well played. MaxPax, he does force the ace match against Serral. He was so committed to the Doom drops, and they were quite costly. They were quite costly. Likewise, because he was committing so much to those Doom drops, because there were no Nidus Storms to recall back home to make it back, we saw that MaxPax did so well punishing those move outs as he was able to counterattack Karata. He got it back where it needs to be. We're good. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have MaxPax for Psystorm Gaming. And in the bottom left, we have Serral for Basilisk. And again, hopefully he can shake off those last games. Hopefully it doesn't get to him. As we have to take a breath, take a moment, calm things down, and get into the ace match. Now, when it comes to Ultra Love, of course, as you mentioned, the rush distance by ground is shorter. That is true. So if you wanted to be aggressive, then aggression can be favored in Ultra Love. When it comes to how defendable the bases are, I mean, we have seen a lot of choke points here on Ultra Love. We've seen a lot of split map scenarios as well. The problem, as we have seen, both in the last game and even in the game before that on ley lines, even on the map that Serral won, MaxPax, clearly he has some impeccable late game army control. And I mean, I say that is typically where Serral struggles. We saw Estrella defeat Serral in the late game. We saw Mana beat Serral in the late game, herO as well, and also MaxPax. Like, it is difficult to maintain a greater economy and maintain efficiency against a SkyToss army. Not impossible, but it is difficult. I've seen time and time again Serral struggle to build up a bank and struggle to maintain himself against the late game. Against that late game SkyToss. So Serral has been struggling. So what is the answer? Do we avoid the late game? Do we try to end the game early? I mean, we saw what happened on Amygdala. Serral attempted an all-in. He had, like, what, a 50 supply lead? It was either 50 or 60 supply advantage. Still failed to break MaxPax. And this map has a lot of defensive features. We'll see. We'll see where Serral's mind does wander and what he plans to go for. I guess what I'm getting at after ley lines and after the map we just saw, I don't blame, after El Dorado, of course, I don't blame Serral if he doesn't play standard, if he doesn't try to play to the late game. Like, clearly it's a scenario, it's a situation where he does struggle a little bit more. May try to end it early. Or just take a lead. As for now, hash gas pool into a third. So far, standard opener out of Serral. Likewise, gate expanded to Cybercore into Stargate. Everything looking normal so far. And I don't think MaxPax really needs to deviate. I don't think he has to switch things up. Like third base into +1 and Blink. Into Double Gas, into Storm, into SkyToss. Ooh, never mind. Once again, Void Ray opener. Now, as a reminder, this is how MaxPax did open up on El Dorado. We were talking at the time about how with a Void Ray opener, you can hide your build and you can hide your tech. You don't have to, but you can. Once again, MaxPax going for the Void Ray. Now, last game, MaxPax, he played standard. Got into +1 and Blink despite the Void Ray. This time, he could mix it up. I mean, it is the ace match. It is risky to do that in Game 5. But not impossible. As Void Ray does hunt down the Overlord. This time Serral will not scout. Third base being taken. Ooh, and that is a very fast Twilight Council. This is what we're waiting for. Twilight Council as the third base gets placed. Now, this could be one of two things. This could either be Glaive Adepts. We could rush into Glaive Adepts and be hyper-aggressive here from the side of MaxPax. Or this is going to be early Blink and also be hyper-aggressive into an 8-gate 3-base all-in. Now, early Blink is like a bit of a double-edged sword in a sense, or it has multiple uses. Yes, it can lead into an all-in, but also because the Blink finishes so early on, it is designed to defend against a Roach-based all-in, if Serral did commit into Roaches. Your Oracles, they poke in. So far, no major damage. Twilight Council is done, and it is Glaive Adepts. There it is. Glaives are on the way. Now, if Serral skips the Roach Warren. Now, what I should emphasize is that Serral, he hasn't been skipping his Roaches. He has been throwing down Roach Warrens time and time again in every single game at the 5-minute mark. So we have been seeing safety Roach Warrens. So Serral should be okay, assuming he doesn't cut corners. Tumors are going down. And there is that Roach Warren. Again, at the 450 mark. So safe play by Serral. Adepts are banking up. Now, this is not an all-in for MaxPax, but it is committed. This has to do well. This has to trade well. If not, MaxPax, he will fall behind. Isn't meant to end the game, but is meant to give MaxPax a lead. As Serral is droning, doesn't really have many links to work with. Roach Warden is almost done, and he needs those Roaches. But he doesn't know. He hasn't seen the army yet. Adepts, they have yet to reveal themselves. They're still behind the natural. And Serral, upon seeing no Adepts, he's droning. Uh-oh. He is droning up. Glaive's finishing up in 10 seconds, and MaxPax, he should now move out. Serral, he has 1 roach in production. Let's go. There we go. 10 roaches on the way. But Serral needs time. He just started the roaches. Adepts move out. Oracle and Void Ray as well. Making his way towards a third. And Serral, he evacuates. Roaches are getting caught out. Massive pickup. 1 roach goes down. And he's shading in towards the natural. There's a full wall. The wall is going to be broken. Adepts say bust in. Roaches are trickling in here to defend. Just in time. Is it going to be enough though? How much economic damage? How many drones are going to be going down? So far, 3 workers. Likewise, probes falling across the map. Adepts say shading to the main. Void Ray towards the third. But the roaches, it looks like they have arrived in time. I say that. 10 drone kills. Oh my god. The drones. Where are they going down? Now here at the natural. 11 workers falling. MaxPax, the Oracle does hit the third base. Serral losing too much. 14, 15 drone kills. 16 even. That's a full mineral line. Mineral line goes down, and this is what MaxPax he was hoping for. The Void Ray still up and running. The Roach counterattack is punished, is denied. And MaxPax, he takes the lead. He's up in workers. He has a more secure economy. Now getting to +1 and blink. And Serral, he's stuck at home. He is stuck at home. He's rebuilding, redroning. Adept says deny mining time to get more drones. 2 more drones going down. Ay, ay, ay. Did I say 2? Getting 3, getting 4. Oh my god. 4 more drone kills. Serral, he is struggling. You can see here 20 kills in total. 20 workers. And you can see here Serral, he wants to do something with these roaches. But against that Void Ray, what can he do? Yeah, he has to pull away. He cannot break the third. Hydras are amassing. Serral, he at least preserves the army. Is still rejoining. Still down in economy. And MaxPax, he's safe, he's secure, getting to +1. Charge, Temple Archives into Storm. MaxPax looking good. It's looking good so far. Does threaten a dive. So far, Serral is keeping up. Does zone away. MaxPax is going for a roach run by. Not bad. Gets into the mineral line. Takes down the pylon. He will not deny the warp in. But the pylon is going to go down. At the same time, MaxPax is going for a counterattack, buzzing in towards a third. Roach Hydra does respond. Forces a recall. Serral, he defends. He does defend. Forces back the army. But nice moves. But again, the pressure is on Serral. Once again, moving in. And going for the fourth. And takes down the stack defense. And he has to get some economic damage. He gets into the mineral line. Probes are going down. Still a lot of Stalkers, though. A lot of Stalkers to defend. Storm is done. And MaxPax is going to hold on. Roaches, they come in from behind. Forcing out the Storm. Storms are being forced out. The high temple, they get exposed. No! MaxPax miscontrol. He rallies in. A 3-out temple, they get thrown away. Massive pickoffs. No more storms. And with that, the 4th base goes down. Massive pickoff. That should not have happened. MaxPax, he was so close to defending, but the base goes down. And Serral, he's maxing out. He's maxing out here and now. Has a massive Hydra army. Serral just now squeezing out some workers. Taking up into lurkers. But Serral, he's back in this. Very much so. Again, MaxPax, he had the tools to defend, but he was torn apart. He was just pulled apart between the 3rd, between the 4th. Very nice movement here out of Serral. Did it distract MaxPax? With that, the War Prism is at least keeping Serral busy. Is being active with some of his army. Catching out the Void Ray, at least trying to. Does dip in. MaxPax is keeping up. Saves the Void Ray. Hive is on the way. Bear this in mind. Serral, he's maxed out, but he's maxed out with a Lair Tech army. So it's not too efficient. It's not too ideal. Serral, I mean. Maxed out with the Lair Tech army. MaxPax is taking up into Sky Toss. Moving out on the right-hand side. the same time, Serral being active. Can he get on top of that fourth base? Not quite. Being zoned away. Serral being zoned back. Prism taking some hits. But so far, MaxPax is buying time for Sky Toss. And so far, he's doing a good job. So far, he is doing so. Fleet Beacon is done. He can start the Mothership. Likewise, Serral not achieving too much here with his main army. Despite being maxed out, he has been stuck at home. Thanks to that War Prism. Spire is on the way, and once again, we are entering the late game. Now, Serral, he is in a better position coming into the late game, which is actually quite different to what we've seen so far in the series. Serral, he has a large bank. He has a lot more to work with. Things are still looking up for Serral. Comes in first round, he does catch the High Templar. Massive catch. All the High Templar go down. Trading out mainly Lings. Up there's a second army. Second army coming in. Ooh. Storm does zone away. Storm does zone. Tempest production has begun for MaxPax. Getting to Tempest, getting to the Mothership. +1 air attack on the way. Nice storms! Oh my god! Serral takes a storm to the face. Storm pops up. Lurker goes down. And nice trades here for MaxPax. He is now maxed out himself. Still they're lacking that Skytoss army. Still very mortal heavy. He's getting there. Likewise, Serral taking into the Greater Spire as well. Tempest and Mothership, they have arrived. And Serral, he wants to trade. He wants to get rid of some of these roaches, rebuild with more corruptors. Joining up as well. Nice blink. Catching a lurker. MaxPax, he's made it. He's stabilized. Again, despite the... I mean, it's been a very back and forth game so far. Initially, successful Glaive Adepts out of MaxPax, then successful counterattack out of Serral. And now we've reached this game state with both armies maxed out. Nice slow zone. MaxPax still splitting up. Moving out with the second army. Catching out some of the lurkers. He gets one, he gets two. 2, 3, 4 lurkers going down. Massive pickups. He gets all 5, gets all 6. And Serral, he's in trouble. Losing an expensive army. As there's no way out for these lurkers. Tries to escape. MaxPax, he keeps up. He shuts this down. Jesus, what is that? 12 lurkers falling. Ay, ay, ay. Serral, he has to rebuild. Expensive losses. More lurkers on the way. Bringing up some supply for corruptors. Some at least. Yeah, that was 16 lurkers going down in total. MaxPax moving in. Serral not quite in position. Setting up for a flank. It does go for the dive. That's a lot of corruptors. He wants a Tempest. The storms are good, but the Tempest, they should be going down. As corruptors, they clean up. There's no Archons with the main army. Lurkers, they try to keep up as well. MaxPax moving in. And Serral, he should take the fight here, bottom right. What about left? What about the center of the map? MaxPax trying to move in. Does recall, does reinforce. Not bad. Keeps moving in. Corruptors somewhat dead supply. And there aren't that many lurkers. Oh, and without lurkers, this ground army can push in. MaxPax can go for the kill, he can go for the natural. He's going for it. Pushing up into the main base. And Serral, he's not in position. The lurkers know where they need to be. They're at the third, they're at the fourth, not in the natural. And everything in the main base is exposed. The tech should be going down. Behind this corruptor's doing what they can. And GG gets called. MaxPax, he goes for the kill, and MaxPax, he will take the series 3-2. GG. Oh my god. Hi, Papi. GG, well played. MaxPax looking ecstatic there on cams. Oh, but he's so happy. Oh, look at him go. GG, well played again. Serral caught out of position. His lurkers were not at the natural. It was wide open. And I mean, with that, that's GG. Then and there, MaxPax going for the natural. All the tech was exposed. The bases, the economy. Serral, he had over-invested into corruptors. He had so many corruptors left over after killing all those Tempests. They were dead supply. They were dead supply. They could not help in the defense. GG. GG, well played. With that, the Protoss, they advance on. herO takes down Reynor, and MaxPax takes down Serral. With that, we have our upper bracket finals ready for us. That is going to be a best of 5 between herO and MaxPax. And again, this was a very tense, very close, very crazy back and forth between MaxPax and Serral. Went all the way to the ace match, but MaxPax, he has the best PvP in the world coming in against herO. MaxPax is going to be favored. He's going to be favored in that series. In saying that, though, herO, he can take maps, he can take series against MaxPax, but herO, he has to bring his best. He has to bring his A game against MaxPax in the coming days. GG. GG, well played. As we do have a look at some of the recap here between these two players, and yeah, just a wild back and forth. Again, we saw MaxPax thrive multiple times in a longer, later game. That's where he really found his footing. What I will say is that here, Serral, he wasn't looking too bad getting to that getting to that late game as well. But I mean, it did look like he did overextend he did invest too much into those corruptors, made far too many. Again, they just weren't really helping there towards the end. And MaxPax, he went for the kill. GG, well played. Well played, Pappy. Well played. Oh my god. Just paying out those predictions, catching up in the chat. At least I finally got a series. We had so many one-sided matches. True, we had 2 ace matches. We had 2 ace matches today. The first rounds were 3-0s for the most part, so that's great to see a back and forth. Of course, we're going to be back here tomorrow, and I believe we should be having a look at the upcoming matches after this little recap. But tomorrow, we're going to be back with the lower brackets. Oh boy. What is up next? I believe tomorrow is going to be the matches featuring Estrella. I believe it should be Serral and Reynor down to the bottom half of the bracket up against Estrella and Gumiho, if I remember correctly. Let's double check. Let us double check. Oh, sorry, not Gumiho. Zaun, right. Gumiho got eliminated, true. So the ZVPs continue. Oh my god. So tomorrow is going to be Serral versus Estrella. It's going to be a rematch. Oh my god, from the group stage. And Reynor versus Zaun. Oh boy. The ZVPs do continue. That is going to be tomorrow, and the day after that is going to be herO versus MaxPax and the winner of the previously mentioned series. Again, I'm sure we're going to be seeing a graphic soon. We'll be seeing that graphic. MaxPax were winning 2 maps ago. I get what you're saying. You're referring to the game on Leylines, and there it is. There is the bracket. Let's quickly zoom in, actually. Let's go. Let us zoom in. Okay, so there it is. Tomorrow is day 5. Tomorrow, Serral versus Estrella, Reynor versus Zaun. 2 more best of 5s to determine who is out of the tournament. And the day after that, day 6, is going to be herO versus MaxPax and the winner of Serral, Estrella, Reynor, and Zaun. Let's go. Again, it's 2 best of 5s today, and there it is. Tomorrow's matches. Actually starting with Reynor and Zaun. There you go. We do begin with Reynor versus Zaun, followed by Serral versus Estrella. I'm hoping for some more interviews. It would be great to hear a little bit more from our players. And again, best of luck. I am looking forward to that rematch between Serral and Estrella. They did go to the ace match last time they played. I do favor Reynor versus Zaun, but I'm still a little bit uncertain as to Reynor's form, just because we didn't really see anything outside of all-ins. Like we saw a very aggressive series between Reynor and herO, just almost non-stop all-ins. And I wonder if that continues. Until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Our next broadcast is going to be in 9 hours time. In 9 hours, we're going to be back with of course, the OC Season 12 Championship. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow for the next day of Massive Coliseum. Until then, thanks for watching, and enjoy the ending clips. The ending show. See you next time. See you next time.
哎，姐姐，恭喜小 hero！谁还记得？姐姐，恭喜 Dance 4比3，飞龙在天！
哎，算了，恭喜他夺冠吧。
一把，
不过啊，他最后这手感染太凶了。最近半年 ZVP 56-3给自己点一个赞，冠军。
I don't think Serral has any chance to save this one, but he continues. It gets killed coming back, and Bunny just doesn't seem to have the numbers.
谁了个这？
Didn't even notice the Liberator in the main base, I think. So many probes are going down right now.
Oh my god, they're trying to get back, but they can't, and so many are picked up. A big clump here from Carey. Tries to split everything up.
Giant force of fadelings roll and get it clearing down. That's massive. Club! Serral did it all, and he is a well-deserving champion.